Oh, baby, episode 53. And we have got a regular. He is now officially a Neanderthal podcast regular. LucidFlows, one of your guys' favorite guests, as judging by the numbers of listens. I don't know, you guys don't like him so much on YouTube. The guy's a handsome fella. Come on, give the guy some love. Go look at his pretty eyes. Also, the other guy with some pretty eyes is Lou Rip. Oh my gosh, I was so excited to get Lou in the studio finally. You know, I was secretly stalking him on his social media, checking all his stuff out all the time. It was so good to have him. It was great to have both of them in the studio. Dude, I can't believe we went for like 3 hours and could have kept going, of course. That's just how it goes. There goes the train. Because I live on the other side of the tracks. I am a bad boy. I'm just kidding. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Let's see. Yeah, I had them on here to talk about their new video that they just dropped. And I'm going to play a little teaser of it now. And then somewhere, I can't remember when we did it. Maybe after our first hour break, I think I put in the whole video. So you guys get to check that out. And please go check them out on all the social media. Follow me, and I'm gonna beat you guys up. It's been a while since I've gone hard on you. You guys have been slowing down and slacking slightly, but I need you guys on all the platforms to subscribe, follow, rate, review, comment, all that stuff. I know I just say it in passing, like every other podcaster does, but it really does mean a lot. And I never really realized that or understood that until I actually started podcasting, like how much it's just nice, really. I mean, it's good for numbers and it helps more people come and listen to see that other people are like it and all that good stuff. But yeah, ultimately, it's just a little form of currency you guys all have out there. An unlimited amount of currency. You just throw a little like, rate, review, subscribe. That's like giving me $100. Yeah. Give me $100, guys. Just give it to me in form of subscribing. What more to say? Lucid is always. He has open invitation here. Lou Rip. I don't know if I told him or not, but I'm telling him right now. I did tell him. He's got an open invitation. Anytime these guys want to come on, they already know. They just got to hit me up. They are welcome on. And I had one more thing I wanted to say, but I forgot. Must not have been important. Oh, shoot. Here's what I wanted to say. The best of. You guys know I've been hammering on it. It's like the joke. Oh, Ryan's going to have the best podcast in Kansas City. Oh, that's what he thinks, blah, blah, blah. But the time is now. The best of is starting June 10th. That's today, everybody. That's today. So look for some posts and things like that on how we have to get started. I don't even know how the process goes. You guys know me. I just talk trash and say I want to have the best podcast in Kansas City. But we're actually going for it. And I'm going to give you guys more info as I find all that stuff out. So start looking forward to that like today on social media. That's it. Episode 53. This is starting year 2 of the podcast. We just finished up year 1. Year 2 is going to go stronger and harder. You got it, guys. Everybody. Boom, shellac, boom.
Welcome to the Inner Talk Podcast. We'll no topic is off limits. Now here's your host, my daddy, and Roy the Soul. Oh wait, one more thing for me. Thank you for coming to the Inner Talk Podcast. Boom, swat, boom.
Hey, man. Yeah, give me the TV remote control. I'm going to turn this TV off. These people don't want to look at themselves. I mean, I want to look at them.
Sure. Yeah.
Handsome motherfuckers, you know.
We all right.
You all right? You both are a couple of 1-2 cutie dime pieces. Look at you.
You flatter me, sir.
That's our angle.
Lou Rip, did I fanboy too hard when you got here?
No way.
Okay, good.
I think we both fanboyed the appropriate amount.
I don't think anybody fanboyed on me, but
No,
I've been looking forward to meeting you.
I did, man.
You like my stuff on Instagram all the time. I
do.
appreciate it.
I pay attention to your stuff. I will look at all your stories, man.
Yeah, I try.
I'm happy to be up in this joint. I've been waiting for my opportunity to come up in here. I got a tag with Lucid to get up in here. This is my pass. This is my VIP pass up in here.
Yep.
He said, "Yeah, you ain't supposed to agree. You're supposed to be like, hey, man, you got an open window. Come on in." So he's like, yeah. That's pretty much what's happening.
No, I would have you on solo anytime.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, I've had my schedule booked for a while, and I've just actually opened it up to start. I've just started inviting people again.
Yeah.
And I've been tossing around the idea of doing 2 a week, but I don't know.
Sounds ambitious.
It sounds ambitious, and that's what keeps me from doing it. Is my
Here's the thing: I wouldn't do it if it compromised the quality in any way. Like I would do less episodes with better content or better guests. You know, like if you're gonna water it down because you're like, well, I got to do Tuesday's show, and
it's not that. It's the fact that I have a lot of people that want to be on, and a lot of people that I want to talk to.
Well, then definitely.
It's not like, oh my gosh, I have to do this. There's so many people I want to talk to.
Well, record twice a week, and then you could
start
curate
outsourcing
when
some
they're
stuff,
released.
man.
I've thought about messing around with that. Just kind of starting and
so
seeing.
you do all the editing and stuff yourself, like
yeah,
everything.
but I don't really. There's not much to edit, because like this whole conversation, pretend it's live.
Mm-hmm.
Pretend we're live right now.
Because it's going to sound
it's
live
gonna go,
to the person listening to it.
It's going to go out live. The only editing, quote unquote, that I do is, and I'm so stupid. I don't know why I do this, because I'm a procrastinator. This is why I do this. This is therapy.
Feels good to get it
my
out.
My podcast is therapy. So here's why I do this. I'm a procrastinator, big time procrastinator. I won't do the intro to this episode until like Sunday, the Monday before this releases, which will be in like 2 weeks. So I will forget about everything we've talked about in 2 weeks from now before I do the intro. And then I'll have to go back and listen. Oh, yeah, we talked about this or that. What I need to start doing as soon as you guys leave is then do my intro. And just like, oh, my gosh, I just had.
It's fresh in the head. Knock it out.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that, you guys. I'm doing that tonight with you. My first.
Should do that. A recap.
Mm-hmm.
It feels good to say what Sunday roll around. I'm going to be like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting to it now. Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm. But I just have like this ritual for Sunday, because I normally record my podcast every Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
My kids get picked up early in the morning. Yeah, but this would work for me. I don't know.
Try something new. Here's the thing: like if you drop a podcast on a Monday, and say people expect it every Monday, right?
That's what they do for this one, yeah.
And then you drop one on a Wednesday. I don't think you're going to rock anyone's world to where they're going to be like, oh, well, are they coming out every Wednesday now? I don't understand. He's got to clarify for me. You know, I would just do whatever you feel like as far as when you want to release stuff. Do it on a Monday, then a Wednesday, then a Saturday.
Yeah, because for real, like the more popularity you build, like you running stuff. Like you can start setting the patterns and trends the way you want. People gonna follow.
I am a trendsetter, they say.
There you go.
Yeah,
my mom says that.
Your mom
I am so stupid.
That's right. You're a dad. We're all dead.
We all need people to believe in us, man.
Yeah. I will. No, joking aside, my mom doesn't listen to this podcast. Thank God, because I'd tell her to steer away from this thing. But she is my number one fan.
That's awesome. That's what's up.
My mom has listened to every episode we've done this far. She listened to the whole thing.
Really?
I was like,
shout out to Lucid's mom. What's up? Is she single?
Supportive. Nah, man.
No?
Not yet.
Okay. I'm just curious. I don't know.
What kind of answer is that?
I'm, single. I'm out there.
I don't think you.
I'm on Tinder. I'm on Bumble.
Okay.
I got a stalker out there.
Working all the angles.
What's Bumble?
Bumble is I'm going to explain Bumble to you real quick.
Yeah.
Bumble is Tinder for the girls that think they're too good for Tinder. They're the
Tinder
girls
Plus.
that think they're not hoes.
Mm.
But they're They're
Just the tip.
Upper echelon, the upper echelon kind of. Oh,
you will find the same girls on Bumble and Tinder. They're the same thing. It's the same thing. It's Tinder, but the only difference is okay, on Tinder, if I match with a girl, I can congratulations, you guys matched. I can automatically send her a message. Hey baby, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
We just matched. Let me get them digits.
Yeah.
On Bumble, the woman has to come at you first. So if you match, I can't hit her up. She has to hit me up first. If we match, she goes, "Oh, hey, cutie. Let me get them digits." And I say, "Oh, baby, your voice is just a little too deep."
I personally, I don't know about the deep voice thing, but it is nice when a woman is the I don't want to say aggressor, but like, when they're forward.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's fine.
But here's the thing, like that world is so far in my.
It's so foreign to you. Both of you guys are married.
But
right?
Yeah.
yeah, but shit. I mean,
Get up on the mic, Lou. Be a professional, sir.
I'm sorry. I remember the crazy ass dating world and being on the websites. Plenty of Fish. I remember
Plenty
that
of Fish.
shit.
Everybody knows Plenty
Man,
of Fish.
Let me tell you something, dog, man. Oh man, you talking about freaks of the week being on that joint?
Yes.
I got hit up with some chicks talking
Yeah.
about some crazy shit.
How long ago?
Yo, what you doing tonight? What's
How long
good?
ago was that?
This was about 7 years ago. Yeah, about 7 years ago.
Okay.
That was some wild shit.
You know what?
What?
Up it ×2 now.
It's
With
nuts.
Tinder and Bumble, and I don't know. I shouldn't say too much.
See, I think I'm old fashioned.
It's nuts out there,
like,
dude.
That
it's
world
nuts.
does
That world's
not
it's I don't
seem attractive.
It's
to
not.
me.
It's not attractive.
It
It's hard to find a
feels-
good one.
It's dirty. It's raunchy.
Well, that's not the part I have issue with.
Me
it's
neither.
like the lack of connection.
Yeah.
Like not having that in the same place interaction.
Right.
Where,
It
is all the subtleties of facial cues and body language and eye contact and all that stuff that's real. That slows time down at the time and arrests you to that situation, like that kind of shit. I mean, how do you find true love on? Obviously, you're on Tinder. You're not looking for it, right?
How dare you?
But I mean, when I found
How dare
Hey,
you?
don't crush
How dare
this.
you?
Man. Come on, don't crush this guy's dreams
How
right
dare
here.
you do not judge me.
Come on.
Are you saying I can't find love
This
on
guy's
Tinder?
looking for real love out there. He's gonna
Are
find
you
it.
saying I can't find love on Tinder?
You seeing there ain't a Tenderoni for this guy?
Come on, man. How
Hey,
dare
man.
you?
God damn.
How dare? Well, that's why I'm Bumble.
hey,
On Tinder, you're looking to hook up. On Bumble, you're looking for love.
That's what's up, man. So you like switch back and forth just depending on the mood? Right now, I'm just looking for,
like
for right now.
Thursday nights are Tinder.
Yeah.
Friday
I might
nights-
buzz somebody
Friday,
on
Saturday
Bumble, and
are
then
Bumble.
on Sunday I'm feeling a little tender after church or something like that.
Church.
Feeling lovey-dovey.
Church. If you're on Tinder and Bumble, you ain't got no time for church.
Oh yeah, you networking.
Yeah. I got kids, man.
You in that?
My
Sitting
kids are going to church.
You're sitting in the pews like swipe. That's what they do, right? See, I've never
Swipe. It is.
Yeah.
It is the swipe
yeah,
game.
Yeah.
It is a swipe game. It's it ain't. It's
It's
Let me tell you that,
gamifying dating. Right?
Here's what it is. It sucks because
I'm here for
it's
you.
not only like you're saying the social cues that you miss out
Mhm.
when you're talking one-on-one. It's not only that you're missing out, but here's the it's too much of a good thing all at once. So it's too convenient because you're like, holy cow, this chick is really hot. I want to swipe on her. Holy cow, we matched.
Yeah.
Cool. But you keep going because your phone's in your hand and it's just your thumb. It's super easy. Bang, bang.
Yeah.
It's like a video game. That chick's ugly. Oh, that chick's pretty hot. Bam. Oh, she matched with me.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you've got these matches of the chicks you swiped on most of the time because you're attracted to them. It's I mean, you ain't reading
Right.
her bio. Oh my gosh, this chick's so into tacos and dogs.
Exactly.
She is such my type. I have to swipe on her. So I'm like, no, this chick's hot.
Badge, yeah.
This chick's hot. I'm
Mhm.
swiping on her.
And
So then you get
I totally-
this whole list of all the chicks that matched up with you that you think are hot and
Yeah.
they think you're hot. And then it's
And
like,
it's a sea of options.
it is, but then you're like, but it's hard to connect a real
You're on a game
connection
show.
because this chick is really hot, but
Mm-hmm.
but this other chick likes me and she's really hot too. Maybe I had fun talking to this one. Let me go talk to this one. And it ends up being a whole lot of text conversations with all these chicks you've matched up with.
Mm-hmm.
And it's exhausting because I hate text messaging. And it's like, you might as well just have a frequently asked questions page and just send it to every match you
Yeah.
have.
You know what's funny? Like reality TV shows and like the way art mirrors life and then reflects back. Like maybe that's the version of reality TV that is not us putting our reality on television. It's the television gamification that has then leaked into our reality. You know what I mean? So
With that game, with the Tinder game,
speaking real abstractly here, like,
I guess that could be part of the equation. I just think
Well,
it's just
because
the ease of accessibility
just think
and the
about-
options of it. It's just,
exactly.
it's like when you go into Baskin Robbins, home of 32 flavors,
It's overwhelming.
Dude, yeah. Yeah, you go.
and
go
you
through
love
Walmart.
all 32 flavors. Every one of them's good.
So that's what Tinder is. It's a shopping mall, and each female is a store,
Each male or female.
male or female. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't want to.
Come on, don't pick on me, you guys. Females listen to this show. Let's be
Dude,
equal opportunity.
That's right.
That's what my
Dude,
show's all
you know
about.
what?
I don't know if you guys know this, but I am a social justice warrior.
I like to think of myself as a feminist.
I'm kidding.
Do women?
I'm kidding.
Women are great. Women are wonderful.
I love women.
Women are like
I
the
love-
best thing in the world.
Yeah.
My mom's a
Yeah.
woman.
Hallelujah.
Hey, it's something turned out right.
Worked out. Yeah, man.
Women rule.
I just been feeling really a lot about that lately. Like feeling like, man, I need to.
The
figure
world
out
is
how
on
to-
some bullshit right now. with women.
dude.
It's some
Yeah.
bullshit, bro.
It's on some
Bullshit.
bullshit. What you mean with the Alabama shit with the abortion stuff?
Yeah, real shit. That's some bullshit.
It's a war going on, man.
Uh huh.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
should
real
not
real
be
life.
able to tell another person what they can do with their body.
No, and men should fucking
You know what? They've been doing it forever.
step back from.
How long have been people telling other people to do it? You know, it is. You guys can say, people can say this is a war on women because men are telling women what they can and can't do. This isn't new. They've been telling. I can't go smoke a joint right now. I can't go shoot some heroin.
Here's the
I'm a
thing,
man. Other grown adults. It's not men telling
It's
other. It's not men
probably-
telling other women what to do. It's adults telling other adults what to do, and that's the problem. I don't want you telling me that I can't shoot heroin if I want to. If I want to do meth, I should be able to do that if I want to.
Yeah.
It's horrible. I don't want
Within-
to, but if I
within some
wanted
sort
to,
of sensible parameters, right? I mean, you know, you're not gonna shoot meth and go drive. Like that should not be legal.
no.
or whatever. Yeah.
Obviously, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying free willy nilly.
you
Hey,
wanna-
I'm in McDonald's I took my kids to the
Let's
play
just go
place and
in,
I'm
yeah.
bored. Let me just bang real quick. No, obviously have some rules and regulations. I'm not going to get into all that. I'm just saying we've been told what we can and can't do with our bodies forever. I can't kill myself.
Yeah.
That it's illegal to commit suicide.
Yeah. It's always
Dr.
been
Kevorkian.
one of the most ironic.
Yeah.
I mean, there's all kinds of things that you can't do with your body. Now, should we fight the abortion laws? Yes. Okay. I'm not saying all of this to negate any of that. I'm just saying it's not that new. We've been forever been told what we can and can't do with our bodies, and that's what needs to change.
It's a pendulum swinging. You know,
Yeah.
it's always swinging. It's always gonna go back and forth.
Yeah.
You know, nothing's gonna stay the same, and the same battles are gonna be fought on different ground. And I think there are battles. Like I think that the racial injustice battle and the women battle, it's like part of the same war, which is
There's always going to be social battles. When we've crafted the society as easy as we have it,
Mhm.
we're going to have nothing but social battles now. Right?
What do you mean as easy as we have?
We got to need. Have you ever starved? Starved.
Yeah, well,
Starved. Like you do not know where your next meal's coming from.
for a couple of days, no. Like, have
I
I
mean,
gone without?
it is hard to starve in this country. It's hard to
Is
not.
it?
It's hard to be homeless in this country.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
How do you
It is
figure?
hard to be homeless in this country.
How? How you figure?
There's just too many programs out there. There's too many options out there. If you're a willing and abled body, being homeless is your own fault.
I think there are circumstances.
I mean, you can get a job anywhere and have.
There aren't jobs everywhere, though. Like, there are people asked out just because of geographically where they were located, because there are no.
Who's homeless then? Crazy people are. I mean, a lot of times it's mentally unstable people that are homeless that have issues, and those people need help.
Right. Yes,
that needs real help. Those
yes.
people are homeless because that's on a different level.
So
but a willing, able-bodied person, you shouldn't be homeless.
Here's where I would take what you're saying, is that in America, no one should be hungry because there's enough for everyone.
Right. I'm not saying this is perfect. I'm just saying in the history of human beings, this is the best time. Go back 100 years ago. It was hard to live. Go back 200, 300, 400 years ago. The reason why we have social justice warriors, why it's so easy, is because we don't have to hunt and gather anymore. I guess that's kind of where I'm going. Mm-hmm. I'm not talking about like within the past 50, 60 years type social shit. I'm talking how we have it easy so now is human history. We used to live.
That's why
we used to run from bears. I mean, there's this thing called the short-faced bear.
I would still run from a bear.
Yeah, well, you should.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a thing called a short-faced bear. And so you know how we got here? They say we got here. People on North America got here through the Bering Strait.
Mm-hmm.
That they say some experts theorize that we would have gotten here way sooner than we actually did. But we didn't because there's this giant bear called the short-faced bear that's even bigger than polar bears. And they would just eat and destroy people. And we weren't like that. You know, we didn't have weapons, really. We didn't have nothing yet. So we didn't come to the Bering Strait because they were just afraid of the bears. And
that's the comic book I want to make right there. That would be fucking great.
Robin, pull up
so you got a short-faced bear.
Pull up short-faced bear and we'll pull that up. Let me know when you have it pulled up.
Sitting there.
And they were aggressive.
Barricading the border like you're not going to.
So it's not really. It wasn't really a border. I think a lot of people think.
The chances of running into one, right? That was the deterrent. Like if you
not only that, but they were. I mean, they were just everywhere. There were just a lot of them.
Bears typically they like a lot of land to themselves. You know, like their territory is pretty wide, right?
I guess one way to do that is to eat. I mean,
but this is a different kind of bear too. I mean, this was 12.
Yeah.
Do you want Google images?
Yeah. Google. Yeah. Check this bad boy out. There's some good pictures of it. Is it short-faced or short-nosed? I think it's both.
Short-faced bear.
Oh, this is going to be good. Sorry for the listeners of the podcast. There should be one of a skeleton next to some people to show like the scale. Like, look at that thing right there. Stop right there with that white guy in the white coat.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, look at the size of that thing.
Yeah. So for the people not watching this on video, we're looking at a bear skeleton that is towering at least twice the height of a woman that looks like she's probably actually kind of short.
Yeah, she's a shorty.
Hey, long story short, if you ever find yourself, you won't be face to face with a short-faced bear, but if you find yourself in the vicinity of a short-faced bear, you can either shoot yourself or let him finish you because you're a done deal.
Well, good thing is they're not around anymore. They're extinct.
Any mid-faced bears, long-faced bears, got some cousins and nephews.
Grizzly bears. The worst. Now the worst ones are polar bears. Those are the most dangerous bears because they will actually hunt humans down.
Because they're hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they hunt. Grizzlies won't actually hunt you down. A grizzly will kill you, especially if you get in between its kid and it'll come after you like a female will come at you, but they won't actively stalk and hunt you. But a polar bear will actually stalk and hunt a human.
Have you seen
like
this human skeleton that's 26 feet tall in Ecuador?
No. All right, we're turning this off. We're not going.
You open
I am
Pandora's
not. No,
box.
I'm not going down your conspiracy. Your giant. No, Robin.
This doesn't have to be that show.
It's not that today. It's not that today.
This is short bear day.
Here's the
Yes,
thing.
short-faced bear day.
I like a good conspiracy theory, one that is plausible or maybe real, but man, to distract me from my regular life, like from my real life, I just don't have patience for a lot of conspiracy theories because, if it can't be proven, then how does it really affect me? I might get abducted by aliens or I might meet. It's not the Loch Ness Monster or anything because they pretty much disproved that. But
unfortunately,
the myth is cool. It's cool to believe things. I think that's what it's all about. It's like people want to believe stuff, but then there's
Bigfoot. Want to believe that? Yeah, there's all kinds of good things that you want to believe in that are sexy ideas.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about conspiracy theory is
they're sexy.
You're allowed there. Yeah, they're super sexy. Conspiracy theory can definitely get you going in the bedroom. But the thing about the conspiracy theory is
you married a good one.
Letting your imagination go wild and go crazy.
Right.
And imagine all these possibilities because that's what TV does. That's what a movie does. They glorify conspiracy theories. It's all these things that could be or there might be. Right. It's all glorified in front of your face. So that's what a conspiracy theory is. It's a glorified thing without the visuals. You know what I mean?
Right.
You want to believe that life can be that interesting, and the ironic part being that life is that interesting, but we miss so many of the like everyday miracles and stuff that.
Well, that's because we're always being told what interesting should be instead of realizing what it actually is.
What's your idea of interesting?
He just dropped some gems.
I mean, interesting.
What kind of stuff's interesting to you right now? Like this,
the fact that I'm here right now in this very moment, that's interesting to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
You feel that way?
I do feel
Dude,
that way.
I feel like that way about life all the time.
I do.
I think you and I just connected on a weird level. I did anyways to you.
I definitely. That's interesting to me is waking up in the morning.
You ever look in the mirror and just stare at yourself in the eyes and be like, holy shit, we are really here and we are doing this thing.
I usually stop after the holy shit part, but yeah, I do that.
You know what I mean though, right?
I usually look at myself like, holy shit, you look worse than yesterday.
I do.
I just mean like, I'm alive. Like,
yes.
What am I to be a human being alive? Am I real?
No, I do.
I get weird sometimes when I look at like deep in my own soul.
Oh, dude, I've hit some weird places meditating where the question that popped into my head just sort of blew my mind. I was like, how?
Yeah.
How does it all, and then it passes, and then just move on with other stuff. But, but I think those glimpses are to me what a lot of this is about, engineering your lifestyle towards opportunities to witness those. Because I mean, there's amazing shit happening all the time, all around us, and to me, it's about finding your frequency within all that's happening and trying to make it harmonic, right? And then that carries you through in really interesting ways. But it's like you keep your eyes open for the clues as to what is the right thing. Why are you being drawn in this direction? What is it? What is it that's pulling you? And is it good for you? Where is your feeling about it coming from?
That right there to me is like where people get caught up at, and we're so busy trying to conceptualize everything that we're missing the interesting stuff. We're just constantly, is this right? Is this wrong? What's this gonna mean in the long run? All this stuff.
Who's doing that?
Everybody. We all do that.
Yeah.
Every moment we're in, we're asking ourselves a million freaking questions instead of just being in that moment.
I tell myself everything I do is right.
That's good.
Is it? You don't know what I'm doing.
You know what?
You don't know what I'm doing.
But you know what? If it wasn't right, it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
It was the right decision.
You know what? Hold on. I guess there are that sound. I do sound bad when I say that. I try to do everything that I think is right. Mm-hmm. I fail miserably at times and do lots of things that I'm like, holy shit, that was wrong. I take that back. I'm sorry.
But wrong according to what, though? According to what standard? Because to me, if something was wrong...
Thank you. He's saving me. I can't go down that road.
Right.
I've done wrong things.
All right.
In my eyes. Like in your own eyes, right?
Right.
Like after you're like, I feel like I did something wrong in my own eyes. But I try to do right. Don't we all try to do right? Yeah. I mean, everything we try to do is right, but...
A lot of us don't know what right is.
Yeah.
So that's a slippery slope. Right.
But it's
wrong
your definition of right. Like we all have our own definition of right.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. I try to me.
Do you ever bend that?
Do I ever bend it?
Yeah, like bend your idea. Like
my idea of right, plain and simply, is if I'm not putting myself or somebody else in harm's way.
Yeah.
then it's the right thing to do. As long as I'm not hurting somebody else or myself,
right,
it's the right thing.
I like that.
That's really my
What
compass.
more can you go? I guess that's a pretty good definition, a way to go about it.
I mean, for real, that's the way I look at it. Because I mean, other than that, you can get if you can get too detailed and then you get caught up when you start trying to break down what right and wrong is, going down that that rabbit hole. Then just like, well, I don't know anything. I'm out here just scrambling. I'm wondering what this person's thinking. I'm wondering if it's the right thing. Blah blah. It's like, nah, just have a consistent base. That if I'm not hurting you or myself, everything else is everything else. It's all good. That's the way it should be. That's the way life should be.
And know that whatever hole you're going to dig for yourself at some point in time, you're going to have to climb back out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think that's...
Golly, yeah. And it makes you, hopefully, a better person.
No ripcord if you're falling in a faith leap. You can sell your soul and buy it back, but that shit ain't cheap. You know? Like, you can do it. You can go all the way, but it's going to cost you to get back. If you have the endurance or the energy or even the interest to do so, you know...
That's a big word for it. That last one, interest. If you have an interest in doing it,
that's a huge one. Dude,
that's the biggest one, right?
Dude,
if you want to change, anybody can change.
But
you have the interest in changing.
I have a lot of artistic capabilities, like spanning a broad spectrum, and it's not because
you're insane. For everybody, this is LucidFlows, as we're 30 minutes into this episode. And as you guys know, this is your third time on here.
Yeah,
and just an amazing artist of all different kinds.
Shooting to be the most featured guest.
You will be. It's amazing. Cool. All of just that thing you posted on Instagram. They have. Oh, in case you didn't know, I did this. In case you didn't know, I did this.
Yeah, I need to do more of that,
dude.
Jack of all trades.
Insane, dude. It's insane
at
how
work,
much shit you do.
I've been assembling like a capabilities.
Insane. You are by far without the most artistic, talented person I've ever met.
Here's the thing,
like broadly across the board, it's insane.
At the beginning, man, there was no
beginning
special sauce. The beginning of me, there was no special sauce that like made me this way except interest. Like just
you told me on the first time you were on my podcast, you said you knew about this since you were a kid. You've been like this, artistic.
Yeah, I told my mom when I was in kindergarten that I wanted to be a painter.
Right.
And then in my mind, that was the path.
Right.
The whole time, and so, that's a lot of time to even fuck around and
look at you. You're a painter. You are a painter.
I get to do
in
it
your
for
kindergarten
a living,
sense, with the limited capacity of vocabulary that you had, the word painter for a kindergarten really meant artist of what you've become.
If I showed my kindergarten self the things that I do,
how about
my kindergarten self would be happy.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And then we got Lou Rip over here.
Yeah.
Who
first
timer come in here looking like he came in here walking like he is a professional softball player.
Hey man, I wish I'd have saw that triple out of here before I got here, man. I'd have been here sooner, but I was dusting the cleats off.
Is that a pretty good assessment of how he looks?
Yeah, that's actually
this
dead
dude
on.
Is always flossing every time.
That's dead on.
And so what I know about you is here's a couple of things to know about you. I like your Instagram.
Thank you, sir.
You follow me on Instagram. You like my shit. I like your shit.
Yeah.
Follow this dude. I'm calling you Lou Rip, but your name on Instagram is like Louise Rip. Louis,
which I'm about to drop. It's Louis Rip, but I made it IZ to kind of give it a little flavor, but everybody thinks I'm Mexican.
I don't see why you can't be both, personally. You know
it's just so confusing. Like nobody calls me Louis. It's Louise or Lois or something. I'm just like, okay.
You know what I thought? I first thought your name was associated with St. Louis. I thought you were like St. Louis Rip.
Oh, no. My name actually is derived from a combination of Cal Ripken Jr. and Lou Rip.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Okay, and so Lou Rip on Instagram raps in his car to other songs all the time. Very talented rapper.
Eyes on the road.
Eyes on the road. Yes, you'll see him rapping to a good song, and he's really good at it.
Yes.
And he also puts on his Instagram whatever he's listening to.
Yes. Yeah.
And I've hit him up on Instagram saying, hey, do you have something on Spotify I can find?
Yeah.
And I can't find your stuff.
I don't know what that is.
So you need to figure that out so people can follow
I think
your playlist. Because you got a very good playlist. Your taste in music is
weird.
Dope.
It's really weird.
And I don't think it's dope. I think it's phenomenal. I love it. Every time you post something, I'm like, yep. I love this shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
and I always try to show like the diversity in what I listen to. You know, as always, I could post rap all day, and because that's what you would expect from a hip hop artist. But it's like, I don't just listen to rap. I listen to everything.
I didn't get that part yet. And you're a hip hop artist.
Yeah. So it's like, you know,
a very talented rapper. Like when I first saw you, for the 30 seconds I did see you, phenomenal.
Thank you, man.
And then on the videos that you guys did, you got anything else out there? Where can people find your stuff? Because I'd love to listen to, like, do you have solo stuff out there? Or
Yeah. I have a Bandcamp page, LucidRip at bandcamp.com, LOUIZRIP.bandcamp.com. I'm on Apple. I'm on Spotify, Google Play.
Oh, nice.
YouTube. Yeah, I got some stuff out there.
Okay, good.
I got 3 albums out there. So go check them out. All on Bandcamp.
Yeah, I like those. Speaking of that, your videos. So last time you were here, we talked about One Man Posse.
Yeah.
Craziness.
That was such a good video.
Yeah, man.
That was fun.
It's insane.
And then the TikTok video.
Yeah, tick, tick, boom.
Tick, tick, boom.
Tick, boom,
God,
yeah.
Sean, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Tick, tick, boom.
You can apologize to the name after the show.
And
Yeah.
then that video is
Britney
dope.
Spears did a song called Tick Tick Boom at one point in time with same spelling, but you know I never heard
She
that
ain't
song.
do it like this, so it don't matter. She ain't spit no bars like this.
Who? Britney Spears?
Britney Spears.
Yeah.
I love Britney Spears. That is my,
Is that your crush?
that's my white whale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
my
her?
white whale.
Britney Spears?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. There's a lot of, but she's the one.
She's the one.
Okay.
I know. In the best time when she was crazy, when she shaved her hair.
Oh, that's when you started like, okay.
No, I liked her when she first came on. Oops, I did it again.
Okay, with the school dress,
Uh-huh.
the Catholic dress.
I'm like a year or two older than her. She came out. Her and Christina Aguilera.
I think a lot of people took notice.
Yeah. So ever
Yeah.
since then, that's been my girl. And the joke at work is just me and Britney Spears. I want to go rescue her so bad. I want to go to Vegas. I want to rescue her. Britney Spears, if you're out there.
Man.
Look, I'm a regular dude. I'm a mailman. I'm trying to make it. I don't need you to make it. I'm going to do it on my own. I promise. I just like you, and I can be there for you. Brittany, please. Holla at your boy.
I think
I lay it down.
What you need to do here is
Yeah,
just,
but don't
just
completely sleep on that Vegas residency because we're going to need that money.
She actually just quit that, or had to quit that. She's like dealing with mental issues or something.
Take the plunge, man. She'll love you.
Yeah, that's
Just
what
go
it
for
is.
it.
That's exactly
You're
what
being,
it is.
want-
you're being stalked.
Pour your
turn
heart
into
out,
a
man.
stalker.
Pour your heart to her.
I do have a stalker out there.
Actually, don't condone that.
Oh, you
Stalking?
have a stalker?
I do have a stalker.
Congratulations.
Dude, that's
whoa,
creepy
is this
It's creepy as fuck.
is it wanted or sometimes
It's not wanted.
No, stalkers are very creepy.
Yeah, it's
I've
a
had
creepy
chicks
stalker.
follow me home from the club,
It's an
man.
anonymous.
That's not cool.
No, this is an anonymous stalker that hits me up on, and with an anonymous account on Instagram. They use some kind of WhatsApp some kind of texting technology where they can hide their phone number and text me.
That's what
They can they call me from private numbers. They just say a bunch of stupid shit. It's just
Didn't the Russians hack through WhatsApp through like some compromised?
I
compromised.
mentioned that to somebody the other day. I thought WhatsApp had been compromised, but they said that it still works. But I don't know. It's part of Facebook now. Like Facebook bought it, right?
I don't think it got collapsed. I think it was just being exploited. Like it had a backdoor that it was the Russian or Chinese government that, you know, of course, are trying to take down our democracy, which probably really is the case.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is a stalker whose goal is, this isn't a stalker that wants to be with me. It's a stalker that wants me to be.
They want your baby.
They want to destroy me and.
Destroy is a strong word.
Yeah. And destroy, ruin every relationship I ever have or something like that.
So they just don't want you to be happy.
Exactly.
Wow.
And that will make them, destroying me will make them. I said, what will make you happy? And they said, destroying you. I was like,
Super benevolent, man. That's crazy.
Dude, there's so many good ways to spend your time.
I've tried to reason with this fucking person. Like, I've even said, like, look, if you spent all this time on me, imagine spending it on yourself in a positive way. You could do. You're wasting your time. I don't give a fuck about you. I don't care about you. You're not going to ruin my relationships. I ain't trying to get married. I'm just living my life. I got kids and doing my podcast. That is all I care about. You ain't going to fuck with me.
Somebody's done that to them, though. Somebody's destroyed them like that. So for somebody to want to do that to somebody else, they felt that from somewhere else.
And they just want to.
You don't want to put some type of pain on somebody unless you felt that kind of pain from somewhere. You know what I mean? Because why would some willing and able, peaceful person just want to wish pain on another person?
So I'm trying to get.
You felt that pain. That's why you want to transfer that somewhere else. So that's what this person is doing. They're trying to transfer the pain they feel to you.
If they've been doing it for a long time, you think that pain was so bad that that's why they just keep doing it? They must have really. Yeah. You know what? Fuck, see, that's a really good insight.
I think that's true. But then you hear like mother testimonials from their child who turned out to be like a killer or serial killer or something or whatever, and they were like, you know, they just didn't get it. You know, it didn't come from their family.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think it does. Like just really abhorrent situations just create abhorrent people. But then I think that there are the situations where people actually grow up in loving households and something inside of them maybe hasn't been advertently cross-wired, but maybe inadvertently.
In a loving household, you think? You're saying?
I think it's possible. It might be a very thin line there between dysfunctionality and ignorance. Like, there's a difference between not having the ability to know something and just not actually knowing it because you got skipped over for some reason.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's a crazy world.
Man.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Okay, so we did this.
What can you do?
It was crazy before. It was crazy before we got here. It's gonna be crazy when I'm gone.
It's always gonna be crazy. This is just people are crazy.
Yeah.
People are crazy.
That's why we're trying to make sense of it. So me and Lou are on a mission, man. I mean,
really, you guys are on a mission together?
Together.
On a mission from God?
That's
will you take? Will you take 4
on
fried?
A mission from God.
Will you take 4 fried chickens and a Coke?
Yes.
That's right. Blues Brothers, for sure.
Yeah.
Jake and Elwood Blues.
This dude knows some Blue Brothers.
Fuck
I do. I'm in a group called Blues Brothers. I'm actually Elwood Blues.
Really?
Yeah.
How old are you, Lou?
I will be 44 this year.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Wears it well.
Damn. Black people age so well.
Shit, not everybody, brother.
You do?
Not everybody, yeah.
Who doesn't? Name a black dude name a black person that hasn't aged well.
I know a lot. I mean, may not publicly.
But publicly.
I know some brothers behind the scenes that don't look too good.
They're the exceptions to the rule.
But I make a conscious effort to take care of myself. Like, I don't just wake up looking good. Like, I
know what you mean.
I clean my face. I do. Yeah.
I mean, this is why I'm not allowed on Action 41 News. Because I'll talk to a black dude and ask him why do they age so well.
Yeah. The Kansas City doesn't want to know why black people age well.
I do, and I'm an independent.
That's true.
Yep.
Congratulations. You just guaranteed you'll never get on Action 4 now.
I ain't worried about them.
They're listening to this right now.
I ain't worried about them.
He takes it back. We're going to edit this out.
No, I don't edit. I'm not editing this. That was off the record about that other editing. That will never happen again. No more editing.
For sure.
Action 41 will listen to this, and they'll like this, and they're going to say, damn, I wish we could have him on because it's a good show.
That's right.
I'm trying for #1 podcast in Kansas City.
It'll be their guilty pleasure.
And then...
you're their guilty pleasure.
I like that.
Yeah.
And you can be like, you know what? The content of 41 News doesn't best represent my podcast. So goodbye.
Peace out, Action 41 News.
That's right.
I ain't burning a bridge. I would still be on there.
Nah, yeah. I'm about to say, go ahead and take it, dog.
That's Lou talking. That ain't Ryan. I love doing this podcast. This is so fun. I can't believe I got you dope ass dudes in here hanging with me. Here. Fuck yeah.
I see so many people in here all the time. I'm like, I'm just waiting for my turn.
Here you are.
Here I am. Look, at the Holy Grail.
Look, this ain't the Holy Grail, but look, Lucid's been. This is his 3rd time. I am not against having people on multiple times. Lou, I like you. We made a connection earlier. We connected.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm extending that. I'm extending the invitation now. Anytime you want, you hit me up.
Hey, I'll definitely be back, man.
Because I just like to have fun. I just like to have a fun time, man.
So here's
that's all I'm about. I don't care if this gets big or not. I don't care who listens. I just want to have a good time with a microphone in front of me.
Ain't that what it should be
I
about?
can't rap like you guys, so this is.
But that's what we about. We about having fun on the mic. That's all we do. We have fun.
I'm a solo artist, but I don't enjoy being a solo artist, And so if you can collaborate with other people and feed off of each other's energy and build something together, it's so much more gratifying. And so, that's the reason that I've put out 2 music videos from a project that is, I'm still going to put it out, but I'm pretty much.
Do I get a early release? Will I get an early release of that?
Oh, of course you will. Yeah, absolutely. But I've taken kind of the feature tracks and fast track those to what I wanted to get out to the world, because that's the kind of stuff that I want to propagate. Like, I like my solo songs, but I like performing and writing songs with someone else.
I think people like that too.
And here's the
people
problem.
like multiple artist tracks.
Here's the problem with Lou and myself. The caliber of MC we are, it's really hard to find someone who can complement you, who understands the intricacies, has been doing it for such a ridiculously long time that the craft is the interest. It's
for collaborating.
It's great.
Is that what you're saying?
It's great rocking a crowd. It's great getting payoff. But
I'm glad you're bringing this up.
It's about writing. It's about the creative process. Fucking trying a different pattern, a new pattern.
Like getting together and doing that.
Dude, our album's almost done. Real close.
Our album? You guys did an album together?
Yeah, we're a group called Mokes.
We're in a group called Mokes.
I remember you talking about that last time you were here. Missouri,
Mokes.
Kansas.
Right.
But it also means dudes with big dicks.
Yeah.
It's we're gonna incorporate that. Just getting it copywritten.
Okay. Are you so you look for people to kind of collaborate with, right? Sometimes
where it makes sense, absolutely. The video I just put out. It was the good
Marty.
graces.
Is his name Marty Peters? Is that who the other new
Matt Peters?
Matt
Peters.
Peters.
Yeah.
Who's Marty Peters?
Matt Peters is one of my close homies, and he did the production on that track and sings on it. So he's the one that sings the hook, and he made the beat. He's a phenomenal musician who has helped me with almost everything that I've put out or crafted. His fingerprints are on it somewhere. And I mean, beyond that, just like, making so much music together that you develop a shorthand and kind of hone what it is you're trying to do. Like record something, think about it, and then go back, try it a little bit different, have someone to bounce that off of.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but the video was
really creating something. That's a lot of
really creating something. Yeah, dude, I'm not a musician. I don't know how to make beats, but I know a crazy amount of people who know how to make really dope beats. Yes.
I'm going to I think I did this on the first. I know I did this on the first one. I think I did on the second one. So just to stay consistent, I have to say it on this one. Shout out to Mythic.
Yeah.
Dope beat maker. I know he doesn't listen to this and he won't see this, but shout out to Mythic because that dude's dope. Yeah. Nah, he won't. But I like his he's
I'll bet he might.
Beat maker, dope artist, dope person.
Just dope dude.
He was there the day we met. He'll probably check this shit out. Yeah, that was dope. So actually in that same alleyway, we just shot a music video. There's pictures, stills from it on my Instagram feed. I'm sure on Lou's as well.
Yeah.
And we shot the video. I think it was right where you met us when I was doing that eyeball piece.
Right.
But it was like on the opposite wall, and did big Mokes bubble letters. And so that's the music video.
Right.
And we have another generous person who is, just wants to be involved in cool stuff and collaborate and work creatively and, invested his time to come shoot our video and is producing it. And he's just about to graduate high school. I think he just graduated high school. But
see, you know what I mean? Like,
son,
super talented. Like he knows what he's doing, and he wants opportunities to develop his reel. Yeah,
but it's stuff like that makes you feel good about what you're doing too, because it's like you see where your reach is at. You know what I mean? It's you're not just speaking to people your age; you're speaking to people in other generations too.
Yeah, so it's bridging gaps in it. It's also, you know, it's utilizing the resources that you have and not waiting for the conventional version of what you think those resources are supposed to be to appear, you know?
Yeah.
If I, what would be the word? Would it be a faux pas if I threw an idea out there for somebody that I would love to see you work with?
Sure. I mean, no, you know.
Chevin?
Yeah, that's coming. I just had a show with him Saturday.
I wanted to go. I couldn't get a sitter for my kids. I wanted to go. That's so bad.
Yeah, no, that's coming.
You talked to him? He's been on the podcast.
That's the homie. Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, that's coming.
I would love to see you guys work with him. Like, I think you guys.
And he
would
is
all
like,
vibe,
as far as like what he was saying, as far as like finding somebody on that caliber, as far as like a young energy, would be that. I would put him in that realm. Like, he would definitely be like a young cat.
Have you checked his
JL and Joey Cool?
Yeah. Have you checked Chevin's?
Yeah. I've been knowing him for a minute.
Man, I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah, I've been knowing him for a minute, and the thing I like about him is his cockiness. He's got a little attitude.
He's funny.
On him.
Yeah.
And he's showing himself.
Yeah, I got to get him back in here. We had a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw what y'all was talking about with him using that word. Yeah, I was.
You can say it. He said the gay word. He said gay.
Yeah.
Used it in the 90s way.
Because
so if you grew up in the 90s, like all of us kind of did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
You would say, first of all, vocabulary should all be about intention. You know, that's what vocabulary is. That's what it's intention. So if I say something is gay, I'm not, I'm not being derogatory towards homosexuals. It's just, for us that grew up in the 90s, it's just completely something different. Like, it's dismissive, or like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, that's gay. That's just stupid. That's whatever. Yeah. And that's what his clip was.
I think the problem is that when those intentions aren't clear, it's
right.
Those intentions then get left up to loose interpretation of the listener. So that's when it gets very.
You're not going to see me say
jumbled.
That.
Yeah.
But I was just understanding where he was coming from with that.
But things have changed so much that, you know, if you grew up in the 90s and you never adapted what you thought was acceptable.
Yeah.
No, if you don't grow with the times and you just are stuck in the 90s.
Yeah.
With that. Yeah. I think
that happens to a lot of people.
Frat boy mentality is like stuck in the 90s, you know?
Dude, as quick as the world's changing, it's hard,
Johnny,
it's hard
I can still drink a keg.
Keg stand.
Yeah. See, I did a year at state school, and it was, man, part of what drove me away was just like the frat world of it. That whole just entity. Also,
I did JUCO in Wyandotte.
Me too.
That's the way to go.
You went to KCC?
Full ride scholarship, son.
Oh,
nice.
Me too. I went there too. Well, I dropped out because I was just wasting my time.
Me too.
Because
I got wrapped up in selling drugs and banging chicks.
Actually, ironically enough, my first.
I'm kidding. That's for comedic effect, everybody. Strike that from the record.
My first year there, I actually did really good. I never bought a book.
It's JUCO. It's not that hard.
Exactly. I never bought a book because I was like, I'm not gonna waste my money on a book. And I like aced every class except for math. And then I was going to write about a book that says how you don't need a book for college. So like, this shit is a breeze. But then I kind of like lost interest and I started slacking and going to play ping pong downstairs every day.
Right. In the rec room there.
Yeah, and it was just a downward spiral from there.
Yeah.
Dude, college, you can get really good at like table tennis or a pinball
foosball
machine.
Really
I was a foosball guy.
We had Tommy, the pinball machine.
Oh, yeah?
And
deaf, dumb, blind kid?
Dude, that was...
I got a piece so bad.
I put way too many quarters into that thing. Here, Lou and I'll hold it down, man.
Can you guys hold it down?
Yeah, we got this.
Do you guys know each other? How long have you known each other? Are you sure you can do this? Are you professionals? You guys have done at least one song
like
together. I'm just
or something.
Well over a decade,
yeah.
I met you back in the Peanuts. So
you know what?
That's
How about
a decade
this?
right there.
Dude.
I got a better idea.
Yeah.
What's your song? Tick, tock.
Tick, tick, boom.
Tick, tick, boom. I'm sorry I suck with names. I do know your names, but the video's good. The song's great. Would it be cool if we played that right now?
Roll with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
The people need to see this.
And here's what we'll do.
What should we say before we roll this film?
You go pee.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we'll fill the air while you're gone.
You don't have to fill the air. I'm gonna play the song.
No, dude. You put microphones in front of.
All right, never mind.
Two hungry ass MCs.
We're not playing the song right now.
Yeah, man.
We can
you want the song now or later?
The video.
Video now.
If you're about to play the video right now, it's a video I just put out called Tick Tick Boom. track is fucking bananas.
Boy.
Lou goes the fucking.
I was gonna say we can take a break and start that video and then come back.
All right, it's all good. I think while you gone, like you said, we're gonna hold it down on this mic with something.
Yeah, man. I mean, unless you want to take time away from the mics to do something else.
How dare you?
How
dare you?
Well,
yeah. I actually do have to move.
I need to move my car.
I got to move this camera to get some beer out of that fridge. So let's do that real quick. Everybody,
dude, just
this is so for the YouTube version, this is the video of Tick Tick Boom.
Yeah.
For the audio version, your ear holes are about to get thrusted with some loving
You're
sounds.
so subtle.
Assaulted.
Yeah.
Of Lucid Flows.
We're gonna get
Lou
trouble.
Rip and Matt
I
Peters.
was like, I don't even know what I could say anymore because I was about to say a bunch of dirty stuff, and I was like, oh man, I probably can't even get away with that. This is fucked up times we live in, man.
Get away with whatever we want, man. This is
sensitive
Neander Talk Podcast. We are not sensitive. We're hardcore.
All right, so we're off.
Boom, we're off. Hit that video, Robin. Boom.
Yeah.
All right.
Sing and shine on your crazy diamond. Finally made it, but where's my mind gone? Tick, tick, boom, there goes the time bomb.
Y'all can't blame me in the bottom, baby. KCMC kids call me. I'm a dispatch blitzkrieg. Did get about to go and crash the shindig. Let me in before I bring the house down. Big bad wolf in the shack of thin twigs. I can't hop up, I can puff up fast. I prefer a piece cause love's what lasts. But we can do whatever you like if you want to find out what it's like in a motorbike, a dump truck clash. Certified fresh flows, bone on five. Dip dives, it's also lies. Spit it, we commitment to the minute, hit the limit, and then flip it into overdrive. You can't contain me. Ain't no box to put me into that I won't rip through like wet tissue. Too versatile, too many styles to reconcile. Always come up with something original. Ain't nothing typical of my kid tools. Unequivocal skill when I spit at your ripples. Vicious and wolves in the skin of wool. Ambition feel visualizing the pinnacle. Made to momentum, I won't quit. Suited for passion, poetical pushing, man. Provide a party people that dope shit.
Sing and shine on your crazy diamond. Finally made it, but where's my mind gone? Tick, tick, boom, there goes the time bomb. Sing and shine on your crazy diamond. Finally made it, but where's my mind gone? Tick, tick, boom, there goes the time bomb.
Yeah. I'm trying to process it all. Real against the falseness coming out the project. So we obsessed about God's beck and call to the wrecking ball. Hit our apartment complex. Now with it, our weapons off. Never took a second to recognize who the enemy. Jeopardizing a friend in need. Sending me into a mental frenzy. It's just knee deep. How strange am I? Grateful dead, same alive. Elevation through meditation, already making my way into space high. Put my name in the sky, change the climate, stay inside. The drought is yours, the rain is mine. Still sustain my way of life without all the fakeness that fame inclines. Time keeps ticking with each line I'm ripping. I'm deep in the mind, eager to find my mission. I wish them well, seems I don't fit, so I wish them well, even if they diss. A fisher male, hunt for the food on my plate. Drunk when the moon hits my face. I'm moving at a pace too fast for humans to race. Couple of ticks in the boom, the whole room dissipates.
Sing and shine on your crazy diamond. Finally made it, but where's my mind gone? Tick, tick, boom, there goes the time bomb. Sing and shine on your crazy diamond. Finally made it, but where's my mind gone? Tick, tick, boom, there goes the time bomb.
Knock, knock, that ain't opportunity. At the door, it's hard, it's plot of mutiny. Better get to running when I come in, I got an M on a shooting spree. Jot the eulogy down with the round, put it down to the ground. Hip hop community, I'm out for the crown, but would not presume to be a god. That's lunacy. True indeed, run me through, I bleed, I'm human being. Equity, all of the Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream. Except for this mutant gene inside me, provided immunity for the venomous haters of the music scene. Even they watch when I do my thing. Hit it with a style that's original, get the crowd hype when I'm on the mic, I'ma rip it down. Metaphysical, criminal, individual, sip it, a bit around while I spit to the crowd at the dim lit room. Words flowing from the mouth like a list, split fumes. My syntax, symbol with syntax, set it off, everybody get down, tick, tick.
Blazing.
That's true.
It's getting hot.
True.
It's getting hot.
And I mean
You
that.
thought I
in
was
every sense of
joking,
the
and now
word.
I'm on your spot. It's getting hot.
There you
What up, guys? We're back. Here we
doing
go. We just took a little break to grab a couple cervezas.
Okay, so the video that we would have just watched when someone else is watching this back is filmed by my homie Mike Savage and my other homie Christopher Commons.
I would
And
like to
then
just
a
say
whole-
that video.
a whole team.
Ooh, fire.
That's the one and only time that I've been on a video shoot that like I was the talent and just the talent, and it was kind of weird.
And
It's
not the
kinda weird.
director or something?
Yeah, like we just had to get out of the way. Like they
had a whole squad, man.
Pulled a van up to the warehouse.
I'm really interested in the whole process, if it's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as much as I can tell you about it, because it was all just kind of a whirlwind. There was
I don't have like
there would be like one group of people, and I think this is standard, but these were commercially professional, people, and so they would come in, and there'd be a group of like two that are setting up one scene, and then there are people in another.
How many people were working on it?
I think there are like 6.
Outside.
I remember like 6 people there
filming.
There's
two rappers and a singer.
Yeah,
right?
well, we were the talent. So the
it
sick
was
like,
two and then Matt, right?
I came late, like I was at work, so him and Matt,
you were there.
They did they part like throughout the day. So by the time I got there, Matt was leaving, so I shot my part. And like when I got there, like he said, there's probably about 6 people, but they were like, they would all go downstairs and prep up the set and do all this stuff, and which would take a little bit of time. But then when you got down there, all the shit was perfect. I mean, I've never done it. This was only like the second video I've ever fucking done. Like my first video was shot on some real.
But I'm saying outside of artists, how many people were there working on this thing?
Like you said, like about 6.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And you hired them?
Yeah, but it was for the love. Money was exchanged. But
I'm not even talking about that. I'm just saying you hired some people to help you out with this.
That would be simplifying.
I want to simplify. I don't want to get too personal.
Oh, I don't care. I don't care. I'm not gonna drop dollar amounts.
Don't tell them what you had to do to get them.
But I think I can totally talk about just the nature of the relationship.
It's just funny. It's just nice to see a real good in Kansas City, good music video.
I agree.
A lot of people are putting videos out there. Local people are putting videos out there, and they're not that great. But to see real shit that you can see on there, polished, filtered, edited, directed.
I agree.
I felt
looking
honored.
Fucking good.
I
agree.
agree.
Both of your last 2 videos back in the day, they would have been on MTV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That MTV quality style.
I think this is
what I mean? It wasn't like just some dude with.
This to me is what it's gonna take.
A nice camera or an iPhone. This was like legit shit. It's dope.
Right.
I love it. I like seeing that.
Here's the thing: like we'll go low budget and grimy, but then we're gonna have a style to it. Like one of the videos that we have coming out. So we have 2 videos that are gonna be ready to drop.
God, I wanna talk shit so bad, but I'm not gonna.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to.
Man.
No, I ain't getting in trouble. I got drinks in me. Keep going.
Yeah, but we have one video that is pretty much in the can, and
another one.
Yeah,
so
of course you do.
2 more.
Of course you do.
More.
Of course you do. Of course Lucid does. He always has
Staying
shit
ahead
ready
of
to
the
go.
game.
He's like he plays chess. He's got 3 moves ahead.
You
That's
can't
right.
take a
So
plane
it
off
should be.
without.
How long
a
you guys
fucking
known
runaway.
each other?
At least a
long
decade.
Damn.
Over a decade.
Damn.
Okay.
You guys go way back.
I mean, shit. The first track we ever did together was like 2007, I think, on the Gauntlet for my Blues Brothers album. The shit I was talking about.
The KC hip hop crew, the KC hip hop scene, when we were coming
the
up,
old school crew. You guys were tight knit.
Dude, you
group,
had to know
right?
each other because there was only one scene.
Right.
There was like.
What's the scene like now? Is it bigger or no?
Shit, I don't think there is even a scene. I wouldn't even call it a scene.
Why not?
Because
it's not cohesive.
There's nobody wants to work together. Nobody wants to share any knowledge.
What do you mean?
Everybody's about themselves.
What? I've had you guys on my podcast. That's all coming together, right? Okay, this is
our stuff's coming together nicely.
But check this out. I just had a young. I don't know if I would call him a trap rapper, but he's a young rapper. He's 23 and he's kind of trap style.
Sure.
Good. He's fun. His name's No Scope. Anybody heard of him?
No.
Okay. That's not. I had him on the podcast and his producer, Lil Twerp.
Okay.
Anyways.
That's almost funny.
It is funny. It is funny. They're cool. Anyways.
That's clever. Yeah.
I've been kicking this in my idea for a few months now, but I haven't told anybody. But they had said, "Hey, you should put on a show." And I've been kicking that idea. Like, how hard would it be to put a show and have? I would ask you guys.
Here's the thing:
people that have been on my show and get you guys together and do a show. Find a venue, put it together, and then just give you guys whatever money we make.
We're there.
Would that be cool?
Show done properly. Here's the trick.
I don't think it's that hard.
There's a lot of factors to consider, though.
Like what?
the kind of talent that you're putting together.
Have you seen the guests on my podcast?
Nah.
I will get the legit
Okay.
dope rappers.
All right. That's what's up.
I've had. No, I'm not being
Dude,
whatever, but I've had some dope rappers on the show.
But don't stick to
Right.
rappers, because myself personally, and I think that also
I
the
could do
stuff
other,
that-
but I'm just saying
that
like to
Lou
put
and
on a
I-
music show.
Sure, but I like us as an act with other genre bands performing at that same show, because I think that
Okay,
I
I'm
think
open.
we
I'm
fit
open.
that
I'm listening.
category.
Yeah.
Like we're both conceptual writers, so like you might get a story, you know, in this verse, and then the next verse is just like.
Do you guys know non-rapper musicians, if you will?
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'll check them
every-
out. Like
most
I don't-
Use.
so here's
Most
I've been
producers
kicking.
aren't
So if you're
rappers.
saying you guys don't collaborate, maybe I could bring you guys. Maybe I could put on some kind of show with some of the dope people that I've had on. Bring
We're
you
there.
guys together, and
We're
everybody
there.
could meet each other. Maybe
man.
I don't know, man.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that something you think would be people
Just-
would want to check out?
Yeah,
like
I mean,
everybody
just-
could promote it.
whatever it is.
I
like,
think it'd be fun.
just set it up so that, and we'd be happy to talk to you about it. Just kind of the P's and Q's kind of nature of what you need to make sure you have.
I have a place. I think I know of a place. I think I could get.
Yeah, sound's got to be good. That's
Right.
That's the real kicker.
Yeah.
Right.
If,
Oh, for sure.
if they can't hear you right, then that hurts. You know, it sucks to be ready to you're ready to put it down.
I'm not.
And-
So my intention of bringing that up wasn't to put you on the spot to say, "Hey, would you be on that show?" I'm
Well,
really
no,
just
I-
bringing it up as in.
I offered
Do you
that,
think that would be?
and I
some-
also spoke for Lou without
Yeah.
asking his opinion.
Yeah.
But
No, it's you
But-
already know it's a go.
Do you think that would be something people would be interested in showing up to a show with Neanderthal podcast guests who have been musicians
at
on
our,
there?
At our level, it's incumbent on each group that would participate in that kind of stuff to promote it properly and get our fan base out.
I
And
think
that-
we could do it.
so
I
that's-
really, Robin.
That's why the important.
You think we could pull that off, right?
The paramount thing is audio quality to me.
No, absolutely.
Because-
To me too. That's
because
why
you have everyone pull all their people out, and then there's something like just a technical difficulty that hurts, and like it hurts the trust between artists.
Who are you
and-
talking to?
And the audience.
Look at my
right?
If
studio.
I'm there and I'm
Yeah,
really
you
Who
just
you-
got some fresh mics and some headphones.
Who are you
That's
talking
perfect,
to?
man.
I got studio foam, curtains. I got the.
No, I know you.
Audio is
do
all.
stuff.
That's what I would have to make sure the audio is dope.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you-
here's my other rule.
Yeah.
And this is This is like a Neanderthal podcast festival rule. I don't care if you don't like it. You can't perform. You can't rap over your lyrics.
Thank you. Thank God. Yeah, do not come rapping over your lyrics. Man, I might personally smack your ass in the face if I see you rapping over your lyrics.
Here's what.
I can't stand that shit.
How
Man, I'm damn near 44 years old, man. I do not rap over my rhymes. If you ain't got the breath control to rap over your shit, then don't fucking rhyme like that. That's
True
how I
that.
feel.
True that.
Don't try to write shit that's out of your zone. If you can't do it, you can't pull it off, don't do it.
If what you have on record.
Superman don't get called to do Spider-Man jobs. That don't work
Son?
like that.
Thank you.
Damn. You just called out no scope unintentionally.
Nah, man, I'm calling out everybody, dog. It is,
Damn.
man.
Yeah.
Real rappers do that.
Real rappers, dog, man. You don't rhyme over your shit. Why would you rhyme over your shit? People can't hear. It's like, dude, for real. I feel like this. You might as well just put your music on, let the DJ play your shit and step away. Like, why are you even getting on stage?
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a performance.
Thank you.
man.
Yeah.
I'm paying.
Yeah.
I'm paying good money to see you perform.
Exactly.
I can listen to you in my headphones whenever the fuck I want.
Right.
Show me what you got, son.
Exactly. You gotta have.
I want to
whole
see you.
piece.
I'm paying to
Well,
see you act,
then
not
it-
to peer.
Sorry, then it comes down to, is it really the artist or the producer when it comes down to them playing their song live?
I don't know. You don't
You
have.
might who? You mean who makes that decision? I just think
I'm
now.
saying when you listen to it, who's really making it sound good? The artist or the producer when they have
Oh.
to play it live to
Right.
rap over it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who's getting the credit, really?
Man, that's
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
faking the funk.
Yeah.
What,
You know.
you're kind of quiet over there, Lucid. You don't want to get involved in this.
I'm a quiet dude.
I know. Do you have an opinion on this subject? Lou's on. Me and Lou are team.
Yeah.
Be a,
Team, get the stop
Team,
rhyming over your shit.
Thank you.
Here's
I
what,
came to pay.
here's
I
what
paid to
think.
see you.
Exactly.
Here's what I think. I think that we would look good with acts of a different genre in the lineup because I think that it benefits to cross, pollinate. But also, I think that you pairing other hip hop acts with me and Lou is problematic to them. Boom.
There it is.
You gotta come right.
Boy,
You
you
know what I
better
mean?
come with it.
As I said, I would book.
Anybody
I would
rock.
book the
But
correct
here's the
artist.
thing,
Trust
dude,
me. Trust me.
we fuck with like a dozen, 2 dozen artists that we would put on our level. Like it's here. It's just a lot of.
You guys are dope as fuck, and I would
There's
put
a lot
nothing
of-
but dope as fuck
Dude,
people
yeah.
on my
We ca-
Neander
we-
Talk
we
fucking
came up-
festival.
We
Are
came
you
up-
insulting me, Lucid? Are you saying I'm gonna have
Always.
trash artists on?
Yeah, man.
Always.
Come on, man. I'm having dope dudes on.
I trust
Yeah,
your
man.
judgment. I trust your judgment.
Come on. I have you guys on right now,
There you go.
I got
trust
you
your
on.
judgment.
right?
Yeah, man. No, I'm
Come on.
I
Trust
trust
my
your
judgment.
I'm being silly.
I had
dude.
Chevin on.
I'm being
That's
silly.
right.
Here's the thing. I support anyone who's doing it for real. I've never been a good battle rapper because
I ain't trying to
honestly,
battle.
I-
I'm just saying
No,
it would just be like, hey,
I'm
you
talking
do your
about.
shit.
It's
you do
not
your
about
shit.
you.
It'd
I'm
be
talking
fun.
about
Okay.
myself. I was never a good battle rapper because I just don't.
You're too kind.
I don't feel like making someone else feel bad. Like
He's
I
right.
rarely ever meet someone that I intentionally want to worsen their feelings about themselves or their day. That's just
Or their
like
mom.
not who I am. So I have no interest in that. I think that everyone should do their thing, and I'll be critical inside
Here's what
my brain.
Here's what I'm thinking. I've been thinking a lot about this. There's a spot I know I could rent out this venue.
Mhm.
I would make a green room for just the artists where you guys would all hang out, get to know each other, hang out, and you
Gotta
all
have
do
green
your
room,
own
yeah.
little set.
Yeah,
What, 4 songs?
yeah.
And just have a good time,
Dude,
just
it-
like a fun time.
It could
That's
be
it. Just
a
hanging
super
out. Just,
small affair too.
Yeah.
It could be an intimate
Intimate
shit
shit.
together.
yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to do anything huge or fancy. I mean, it's just something I've been kicking around. I thought that might be
Yeah.
kind of, I don't know. I think it'd be kind of
I
fun.
used to try and hit up
what,
like
you know what? The thing that got me was what No Scope. People are looking for things to do. They want something to do.
I used to hit up poetry open mics because there's only so many hip hop open
slam
mics at the
poetry
time.
or just like
Any kind.
Okay.
Just if they let you get on a mic and you're spitting poetry, but that's also the style of that I write is something that I've always felt it works as poetry. It works as lyrics to to a hip hop track. Whatever,
Right.
it can stand on its own. You can spit it a cappella and it'll resonate, or you can spit it to the beat and it'll resonate in a different way. But having that versatility, imperative.
Who I really want to work with, man, is an orchestra, like a violinist.
Dude, it was.
I really do, and I want to like spit some bars over that.
I was flipping through
I really
PBS.
do.
that's
like
awesome.
No drums, no beats, just
a violinist.
you saw Nas
Okay.
in front of that orchestra.
Just a violin?
No, I didn't. No,
Or
I
how about a
came across
fiddle?
it on PBS, and it
A
was
fiddle, yeah.
it was Nas
Just
like
that.
that too.
Just that.
yeah.
Nas spitting Illmatic over an orchestra, and he was like in
That
it.
wouldn't be hard.
Oh
to
no,
do.
yeah. It was for his anniversary. Yeah.
Dude, that shit was
That was dope.
epic.
Yes, that was dope.
Yes,
Yeah, man.
like
I
that's
would-
substantiation. That's like you're accepted.
And you know
everywhere.
what?
You're
It's-
an institution in the American psyche
Yeah.
and the culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm texting my sister right now to see
Did
if
she
can.
play the fiddle?
I'm asking if she can still play the fiddle.
You know what?
And she's coming to
fiddle
visit.
would probably be the dopest thing because fiddles, you can be very erratic, kind of everywhere, and that's kind of how we are at the bars, just kind of everywhere. So a fiddle would be the perfect thing to kind of like follow up with that and keep up with that. That would be like the ultimate challenge, dude. That would be fantastic.
Well, it'd be really cool if you did get a bunch of different types of musicians at this event.
But I love rap, and I
Is to-
have a
is
lot
to
of
have-
rappers on.
here's the
Nope,
thing.
sorry, she doesn't play it
To have a
anymore.
section.
Damn it.
Damn.
So
just guitar and a little piano.
have those artists do their sets, but then
I've
also,
always wanted to play for a person who has a little piano, as long as it's little.
that'd be
Not
You mean
original
like a
size.
toddler-
Yeah,
like a toddler
baby
one?
piano, yeah.
was that Linus
Yeah. Schroeder.
Schroeder?
Schroeder was a piano player.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
He was over there thinking about it like he's wrong. No, he's right. You're right. Yeah, Schroeder. Linus was the blanket, the
Dirty
whoopee.
blanket.
Dirty blanket. Oh, yeah, it was probably
Right.
dirty because he was
Well,
dragging
no,
it everywhere.
See,
yeah.
there was Pigpen, and
Pigpen, that's what I was
Man
thinking.
was
Dirty
nasty.
Pigpen.
He had the dirt clouds.
Lionel was
Now
right
it's
hand
coming back to
man.
me.
the right-hand man to Charlie Brown.
Yeah. Sidekick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big Peanuts fan.
Oh, man, I was huge.
Really?
Still am, yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I
like
still
Charlie.
watch him.
Fuck that.
Dude, I was just thinking for
Fuck Charlie Brown and all
Charlie
that
Brown.
Peanuts bullshit.
so my 6-year-old is reading
Sorry.
now, and I
Isn't that fun?
I think that I want to get her the like a Calvin and Hobbes like quintessential thing, and like get her into that.
Yeah.
I fucking love
I feel
Calvin
you.
and
I
Hobbes.
feel you. That's too soon.
Is 6 too soon?
6 is way too soon.
It was in the newspaper. Anyone could read it.
No, I'm a huge Calvin and Hobbes fan. I read them too soon, and that was probably
why you-
yeah.
That's why you
Is
turned
that
out the
where-
way you did.
Yeah. That's why you
6
started selling drugs?
Yeah, 6th grade, fifth grade. I think I started reading them, and I
Why is
should
that
have
too
started.
soon?
There's
Is
a
it
lot
the
of big words, and there's a lot of
existential
big.
questions and stuff.
There's a lot of that, and there's just
Yeah.
big words and big concepts, like secede from my family.
But how is that
That's
not
a
a
big-
benefit? How is it
I
not a
think
benefit
that
to
there is a benefit, but I think there is a point where it's too soon for that. At least for me.
I don't know. I've
For me, it was
I've
too
had
soon.
death discussions with my 6-year-old. You know,
That's
like,
different though. I think death is something different because you can experience death at a very young age and then start to you have to deal with it and accept it.
So the nature of that comic, though, like either you get it or you don't. And if you don't get it, it's not going to do any harm to you. And if you do get
I
it,
don't
then
think it's going to do
probably
harm.
age appropriate, right?
Okay, I'm sorry. I think that too early, not because they're not too ready to handle that.
Mm-hmm.
I think they can appreciate it more when they're older.
Oh, true that. Okay.
Okay.
I think if you wait longer, they're going to appreciate it more because they can
That makes
understand the concepts and the words more.
Okay.
Yeah, that does make sense.
And I think I do. I'm guilty of the same thing, and I shouldn't put this on you, but I'm guilty of making my kids watch something or do something too soon, like DuckTales. I think I put my son on DuckTales too soon because I wanted him to like it and hurry up and like it. Or Sonic the Hedgehog.
It's
because I'm hurry.
You learned
I
that
love it so
lesson
much, and
early
I want
on
you to
that-
do it. Hurry up! But I have to wait until he's actually ready for it. Like
Dude,
I can't wait
children are
him. I
brutal.
can't wait for him to watch.
I'm gonna have to play a little devil's advocate here because my first daughter, she came up watching a lot of like teen Nick at Night kind of Nickelodeon at 2 and 3 years old.
Okay.
And there were some things that maybe she shouldn't see. Nothing like sexual.
That's a different age because they're not really. Yeah.
The things that I think it did was it broadened her vocabulary. Like because she was saying a lot of 3 and 4 syllable words at a very young age.
Right.
Like things that she should not be saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think it's because not only, I use big words, too, but also because she was listening to that and really taking that in. And even if she has no conceptual idea what they conceptually mean and putting it in proper context, just the fact that she's able to voice these out and say it, just attempt these big 4 syllable words was pretty amazing to me.
That's awesome.
Dude, when my 6-year-old told me that I was saying an idiom, I was like, wow. I was like, how do you know I don't think I knew what an idiom was until, I don't know, high school or
my
college.
daughter said Constitution at 3 years old.
Oh, my gosh.
Constitution.
Dude.
My
perfectly.
The kids are something to be
my 5-year-old
optimistic about. I think there are some fucking great kids that are being born right now by some good people.
Yeah.
My 5-year-old asked me if gravity exists underwater.
Shit, that's what's
Good
up.
question.
That's what's up. Hey.
Because it changes.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That blew me away.
You got a brainiac on you.
It blew me away. I said, dude, first of all, I am so proud of you for asking me that question because it came out of the blue. This wasn't like he wasn't watching any. It just came out of the blue. It's like, where the fuck did that come from, son?
Those are future. That's a future of America mind right there.
Yeah,
That's
like,
a future leader mind right there.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I'm so proud of you. That is an amazing question.
That is an amazing question.
Yes, of course it exists underwater, but good fucking question.
Yeah.
Because you see the logic. Like, you see the complexity of what they had
He's
to
not even
consider
6
in that
yet.
moment.
He's in kindergarten.
To ask that.
And the funny part is they don't see the complexity. So it's like you don't even understand the depth of what you're asking. You know what I mean? So that's what's so funny is to see a kid come up with this stuff like, damn, do you know what the hell, how deep you're digging right now? Like, that's what I do with my firstborn all the time. I'm just like, good Lord. Like, she's in school learning, like, angles and volume and all this stuff, and she's, like, acing it. And I'm just like,
Wow.
what the hell? And she's, like, all worried about it going into it, and she's like, oh, I got a B+. She was mad because she got a B+ on a volume
That's
test,
awesome.
and I was like, are you kidding me?
My parents would have bought me a new car if I got a B+.
Dude,
I'm not kidding.
that's why my daughter's...
You should have gone for the B+, man.
Yeah, I did.
I should have, but I didn't. Here I am.
They say that you shouldn't,
in
like,
debt,
you
in a
shouldn't, like,
shitty house.
reward your
Divorced.
kids when they
No.
do something good. They say don't reward them or whatever, but it's like when she does stuff like that, getting straight A's on grade
Every
cards.
kid's different. You can't
I hook her
swath
up.
the big brush on all kids. Every kid's different.
They are different, and you know, it depends on how you're handling it. You know what I
Right.
mean? And it's like my daughter, she's the kind of person that she's very worldly at a young age. She takes everything in stride. She doesn't get overwhelmed by anything. It's kind of like she sees things, she understands and accepts it for what it is. She doesn't get overwhelmed by it.
Nice.
See, and I don't find that surprising because I know you.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
like,
Carry on the traits.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just passed on.
yeah. I mean, I hope so. I mean, as a father, all I try to do is just be the best of me. I don't.
Were you playing softball earlier today?
No, I was. Why you asked that?
I don't know. Were you?
Nah.
Do you think this would be crispy, clean white if he
I don't know, man.
You think? I mean, I must have sucked if I'm looking all crispy clean.
or you were that good?
that
Got a
Just
home
run every time.
Home
Good-
run,
good
and you
point.
played in right field and caught every ball.
just
There you
just
go.
walked around the bases?
That was my. That was actually Saturday. So
Sorry, guys. I had
actually, man,
to-
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's laundry day, so it was like.
you guys, you want to know a secret?
What's that?
I shouldn't tell you, but I've had drinks. It is laundry day, and I haven't done laundry. I was having a fucking anxiety attack figuring out what the hell I was gonna wear. I shouldn't be at the point where I wonder what I should wear on my podcast because people are gonna see me. I have to take a picture with them. What's gonna look good?
You're gonna be on
I put
camera.
this. I was like, I have nothing clean.
I think if you're gonna be on camera, then you just have to consider it.
but I don't care.
You know what I mean?
I'm not that guy that cares. But then all of a sudden, I found myself caring, and here I am.
So
I look like nothing. Whatever.
I mean, we're all contradictions.
That shirt's dope.
I know.
You guys are always got stylish shit going
Here-
on. You've got stuff on your. When I watch your Instagram, I even commented
Here's-
on you like
here's
a
the
month
thing.
or so ago
Here's
about
the
your
thing.
Detroit Red Wings bear.
That's right. The
Kanye.
Tupac shirt.
Tupac. That's right.
That's
yeah.
right. Spitting into the camera.
Such
So-
a good shirt.
So for those not watching,
And then
but-
this shirt
but
here.
listening,
Oh my
yeah.
god,
So
it's so,
so
good.
this
It's a
T-shirt that
Banksy.
I'm wearing, it's a Banksy ripoff, but it's
Yeah.
a Banksy ripoff of an illustration of Mario dressed as the rioter throwing the flower instead of the Molotov cocktail, except it's the Mario flower. You know, from
The
Super
fire
Mario Bros.
flower.
Yeah, yeah. So it's
so good.
so I was trying to buy a present for my homie Boogie, and I
Boogie
saw
with a hoodie.
Big
he
boogie
wears
with a
hoodies
hoodie.
sometimes.
Always has a woody.
So I was trying to buy a T-shirt.
He woke up with a Woody.
And I found this shirt and I was like, fuck, I want that for myself. But man, it's his birthday, so you know I'm gonna get him what I think I would want to get for myself. But then they didn't have it in his size, and they had it in my size. And I was like, boom.
So
Give me that
nice.
shit.
That's such a good
Yeah.
shirt.
That
Where'd
is.
you get it?
There's a game store in River Market. They do like the serious card games. You know,
Okay.
it's Level Up, something like that is the name.
One of those nerd shops. I gotcha.
Oh, Super Nerd Shop. But I love that.
I
you know?
don't.
Dude,
I
anyone that's-
wasn't being negative towards. I love
No,
super
you know,
nerd
and
shops.
there I'm
yeah.
bad because I presume that you had
Oh, I love nerds.
I mean, you
I could get sucked into the nerd culture like you have
nerds
no idea.
know what's up. Yeah.
Yeah,
I went.
they definitely do.
There was a place right down the road called Games Workshop,
Mm-hmm.
and I did not know what that store was. So I walked in there one day.
It's its own thing. It's its own.
It's its own thing, and they
world.
do like these.
Its own culture. Its own.
They're kind of like a board game, but it's not. It's like you versus me with figurines and
Okay.
dice and cards or something.
See, I did.
And
I
you
did
take these
D&D.
figurines. They're like these. You know what pewter is?
Yeah.
No, I
That-
don't.
It's like that melted metal
Yeah. Pewter
with
sculptures.
like sculptures, like little
it's aluminum.
people
It's
or
like-
soldiers or robots,
Yeah, shiny
and
metal.
they're just shiny gray.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you paint them however you want, and then you paint your whole army of like this pewter army that you have.
So what?
Yeah.
And then you fight, and then so I have my pewter army that I've decorated and taken the time to customize, and then I play against you, and you've done the same thing. And then I think you use dice or cards or something. It's really nerdy, but looks super cool.
Here's where it should.
Like some
To me,
where Dungeons and
It's
Dragons
white.
type
It's
shit?
white people shit. It's like the whitest
big
of
time.
white people.
That was
shit.
Here's where it should
That
go.
was the
Like,
first thought in my mind when y'all started talking about this shit.
This should be an extreme sport. So you spend all this time, painting.
I mean, you're using
warrior.
like a magnifying glass
So
and
when
small,
you
like
lose a player,
paintbrush.
each
Is
player
this
should
what
have
old boy
a
was
little,
doing
like,
on the 40-year-old version when he was like,
I don't
now
remember.
I'm making your black pants blue.
Probably
Yeah.
similar.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, so each player has like a little vial of red paint, and then every time, like 12 hours, like paint each one of these motherfuckers, and then you lose them, and the other player gets to pour the red paint.
Oh,
That's the way it should be.
That should be like
Because
that.
then
Yep,
you're gonna
that.
play like it's life and death.
Yeah,
You know
you're
what I mean?
gonna really
Like,
play.
That's 48 fucking hours,
That's hours of my time.
dude. Yeah,
And if it was a
Let's turn
dude
it
that
up.
you really like, I nailed this piece so perfectly.
yeah. You could drive wedges for generations.
That would guns are coming out on that sometimes.
Yeah. Well, they have to when you go in those shops, they make you leave guns at the door.
They should, but they don't.
Yeah.
You ain't worried
It's
about
not
nerds.
enforced.
It's
That's what
not
I'm about to
enforced.
say.
No.
No.
It would be, I mean, to see a nerd with a gun, that would be.
It happens. Nerds have guns.
Do they?
Yeah. Nerds
Yeah,
have
that's-
guns. You know what they're called? Incels. Incelibate. Or involuntary celibate.
See, that's how I see a lot of the school shootings.
Involuntary celibate.
They're dudes that can't
They
get
can't
laid,
get laid.
but they want to get laid. But they can't, and they get angry.
So do I have
So there was,
I
remember
gotcha.
one of the, there was some rally where the dude drove his car through the parade
Yeah.
and hit some people and killed a lady. He was an incel.
This is a
That-
real term. Like, you're not.
Yeah,
making
yeah, I'm
this
not
up.
fucking around.
Oh, okay.
This is a real
I
thing.
was like-
Involuntary celibate. Yeah, they're dudes that can't get laid but want to, and they're super angry, and sometimes they are blamed for horrific acts.
I mean, isn't that what like ISIS does? They
Wow.
take
Incel.
they take
yeah.
like,
Well,
young
I mean, you could probably.
like sex starved,
Should I go off? This
kids.
is what. Let me.
and then they're like,
I didn't say involuntary.
You can Google this shit. I didn't make it up. I wish I
thought-
was smart enough to make
Dude,
that up.
If you
I
wanna,
thought the word nerd already encompassed that. Like,
You thought so, but some nerds be getting laid.
yes, this is true.
oh,
This is true.
absolutely, dude.
Yes,
You
especially
know.
in today's times, the nerd is the guy who's definitely getting the punani.
Nerd, and you know the nerds.
I
it seems to have they are packing some heat. It seems.
I don't know about specific
well, I
cases.
can't go. Yeah, I can't go that far with that.
I'm not
but-
saying I can't either, but I've
Yeah.
heard, the nerds be
You're like
packing
word,
some
word
heat.
on the block.
Word on the block.
Nerds
yeah.
packing.
We're in,
Nerds packing
we're
heat.
in different chat rooms.
Yeah. Chat rooms. Holy shit.
That's taking it back.
That you are old. Hello, AOL.
Dude,
Hello, age,
Oh,
sex, location, please. You've got mail. Damn, son. He's 44. You were on the internet when it first happened. When it was first popping, you were on there.
I'm older
When
than
it
the
very
Lou Rip.
first
Yeah.
got online.
Lou Rip. When I gotta, give me one moment here, Lucid. I want to interview
take it.
Lou Rip.
Uh-huh.
I have a
44.
one-letter login.
You are 5 years older than me. When AOL came around, I would have been in probably, let's just say a sophomore. How old are you when you were a sophomore? Anybody? 15? 16? Let's say 16. 16. You're 5 years older than me. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So you were 21 when AOL was popping,
21.
right?
That's right. Legal age of drinking. And I did not drink.
Okay. 21 when AOL said, holla at your boy. Was a 21-year-old black dude in Wyandotte on the internet, on AOL? Can I ask that? Are you cool with me saying that?
I don't care. Yeah, I don't get offended.
I didn't think so. That's why I said it.
Yeah,
You're kind of a techie, right? I mean,
I am.
you're all.
I'm
all
saying
up in
it's
that
for
shit.
my listeners. It's cool for me to say, as a black dude from Wyandotte, at
I-
21, were you on the internet?
No, I was not.
I'm not surprised. Is that
I was
stereotypical? Because you're a black dude in Wyandotte.
Yeah.
Access, right?
That's not bad for me to say, is it?
Yeah, no.
Thank you.
Absolutely not. That's the case for most people.
Okay. When did black people get hip to the internet?
Yeah, that's not a good question.
Why not?
When did black people get hip to the internet?
Yep.
Well, we've always been hip to it. Again,
I mean, when did you start
access?
Yeah, when did you start getting hip, like getting onto it, like on AOL?
We didn't all like log in once at the same
but
time.
Okay, so so you were 21 when it happened. How about like 14-year-old? What was that? 96? Let's say 96.
Mm-hmm.
How about 14-year-old black kids? I guess they were probably getting on it in Wyandotte. You think?
96?
Sure. When it happened, when it was starting, when AOL started.
I
97, 98.
I remember getting on Black Planet for the first time in 1998, and Black Planet had been out for a good 3 years prior to that.
That's early though. 95. Okay.
And I did not get a profile until 98. And I was at a friend's house. Yeah. I didn't even have internet in my house.
But that was like 21. How old were you? 21, 22, 23?
That's probably about 23.
So that's when you kind of got hip to it?
Yeah. That was the first time I'd been on.
At 23.
Yeah.
98? Yeah, I guess that's probably when most people got hip to it.
Yeah.
Really? I mean, it started a little bit before that, but when
well,
it's really
because
like chat rooms and AOL and all that shit.
Well, because there was no access to it in Wyandotte County.
There wasn't?
Not really. Because there was really not a lot of access to it, and because of that,
there was. I had it in 98 in Wyandotte.
But why did you have access to it? You had the things
because
available
I was a nerd.
to get access to it. No, you had money.
No, I didn't.
Bro, if you had the internet, you had money.
I was working at UPS.
Guess what? A lot of us were not working at UPS. That's why we ain't have the internet, because we ain't had the money to get it. You had a job. That's my point. Access. Money buys access.
I only worked with black dudes at UPS. I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved UPS. It was great. It was minimum wage.
Yeah, the majority of Wyandotte County don't work at UPS.
No, you're right. Wyandotte County back then, especially, was a little.
That wouldn't be a good business model.
Yeah,
I'm saying if you had a.
But I'm saying they did have access, but yeah, maybe they couldn't afford it. Look, I could afford it because I had a roommate.
Right. I'm just saying it's the money that allows for the accessibility.
Yeah. And I prioritized my money towards that. It was important to me.
Right.
I think if black people in Wyandotte wanted to prioritize that, they could have done it. But I sacrificed cable TV for internet. That's what I did.
Here's an aspect of white privilege that most white people don't consider, is that you're not privy to what you're being privileged past. You know what I mean? Like, we don't. And I'm not saying that no white people go through what black people
very true, because I'm telling
go through, but like I don't know. There was a point in my life when I had to truly understand what the difference was of my experience and someone else. And
no, that's why I'm bringing it up, because I know there's a difference.
Yes.
And I'm just telling you the difference for me was different for you, even in Wyandotte County.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, no, I know there was a difference, but I don't think it has. I think the difference isn't that far off from what we're thinking. I don't think it's. I just think it's
the difference.
I was a nerdy white kid, not nerdy, because I was into video games. Really, that's why I did it.
I mean, who
that's
wasn't
why I
into
was
video
into
games? But we came up when video games were like.
I was into but I was ahead. I was ahead of the curve as far as internet gaming. Mm-hmm. I liked playing cross-state internet before that. Like back in '94, I was doing that shit. Before it was a big thing, I was like ahead of the curve on that. So that's why I prioritized that. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it's necessarily. It kind of is a. I don't know. For me,
but you, and I'm not even saying this is because you're white, but you obviously had access to money to be able to get those things. Those things aren't a priority for the average black person in Wyandotte County, because we're trying to figure out how to eat and pay the bills.
No, I was too. I was. But I was going to Aldi's with my roommate eating ramen noodles and not having cable TV so I could have the internet.
Right. But that,
when I would say other black people were probably having cable TV, but not the internet. Do you know what I mean?
People probably not having cable TV or the internet because they got 3 or 4 heads that they trying to take care of, and we got to split this money out between. So
sure. I mean, anecdotally, in my apartment complex, the black people that I hung out with or knew in them, they had cable TV, but they didn't have internet.
But where did you?
But yeah, but I'm not saying they had kids. They weren't. They didn't have kids. They were just like young couples.
Yeah.
Because I lived next to the college on I don't know,
About
75th
or something.
75th and State.
Yeah.
In that area.
We pirated basic cable.
That was a big thing. Can you do that now?
It was easy.
Pirate shit.
Dude, you could.
Because that was the thing in the 90s and the early 2000s. You could just hook up.
It was.
I would
it
go
was
to
all
my,
there. Dude.
Yeah.
Like you could open up the cable box and you could just change it. Yep. And I think they expected that no one would know how to do that, or that they could do it, or they just, hadn't budgeted for the lock.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, there was a time.
Or you could pay your cable guy. Like, hey,
I had some shady cable dudes.
Look, if I just slip you $100, can you hook me up with HBO and cable? Like
the infrastructure for them to,
because all it was moving wires around.
Yep.
Yeah, you could do that.
Tell you something,
and then you would
get that's the beauty of being in Wyandotte County is that because it's so small, you had people that was just hooking you up no matter where you went.
This is back then though. This ain't like that now, right?
Not anymore.
This is late 90s,
this
early
is
2000s.
Early mid 90s. You know what I mean? Like I could go to my homie over at Burger King and get 5 or 6 Whoppers for free. You know what I mean? Just for nothing. Then I could go.
Not me.
But I worked at Harold Penner. I worked at Harold Penny in Indian Springs. I used to hook homies up with shoes and clothes and the whole nine.
Indian Springs,
that was
man.
a culture that I
love it. Yeah, I would get so stoned and just walk around that stupid
When
mall.
I moved to Kansas City was
and
when
you were
I
definitely a Wyandotte County, and
introduced to the culture of like I don't know, like collective commerce or whatever, where you have a homie that rolls through and they quote unquote are sponsored by a skating company and happen to have a bunch of different gear from, that skating company. Like, hey, these shoes, this backpack, throwing a eighth of weed, and what do you think about this hat? $100. Like you get those deals, but that was everything, man. Like you knew someone at the movie theater, you knew someone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everywhere you went, or like a clothing store or whatever.
It was different being a white dude in Wyandotte.
I'm sure it was
back then. Yeah. Now it's probably the opposite, right?
No, I'm about to say now it's
the opposite. Now it's now Wyandotte's turning this gentrified.
Yep.
We're Johnson County, but we can't afford Johnson County, but we've got that stupid mentality that we are Johnson County. Am I wrong?
I think there's a lot of.
You can say I'm wrong, but I get that feeling when I'm out there in Wyandotte. It's like it's just. We're Johnson County who can't afford it, but have that mentality of being Johnson County.
You're right. I don't know about the mentality. I think there's a lot of anger out there that they're trying to make it into Johnson County. But yeah, I think there's a lot of people that are pissed off that it's been tampered with.
What's been tampered with?
Where they live. It's like they didn't ask anybody to come in there and do all this stuff and then make these things to where they can't afford.
I didn't think about that part.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that part. I was thinking the other part of what they think they are. They came in here thinking we're Johnson County, but we can't afford it. But we're just going to move ourselves in and gentrify this place and show you, here's our racetrack. Here's our Cabela's.
I live in Kansas City, but if in Kansas City you surround me with things from Africa, I'm going to believe I'm an African, right? Like it depends. If I'm in Wyandotte County and you're surrounding me with Johnson County stuff, right, I'm going to develop a Johnson County mentality.
Gentrification,
I don't like
it.
That.
It does.
That's why I like. That's why we like old school Wyandotte.
Gentrification.
I like Wyandotte Cafe.
Is,
you know what? I live in Johnson.
It's a relic of colonialism. Gentrification is the same thing as colonialism, shuffling paperwork to get land to the people that think that what they're going to build is the way that civilization and everything should go, which they, of course, also, retain control over because they want to micromanage the value of it within the economy that they've built, right?
You think they were thinking that far ahead back in the colonial days?
I think it.
Fuck yeah.
Really?
Oh, dude.
Yes.
You don't think they were just like, here's some land, I want it?
Exploitation, man.
Dude.
I mean,
yeah.
Hello, slavery.
No. I'm talking before that. I'm talking before slavery.
But it's all
because there was a time before we had slavery, right? It wasn't. The slaves didn't come right when white people came.
No,
white people came first. I'm saying about those people. Don't you think they were like, oh, here's a place. Let's stock up here. When did slavery come? How long were white people here
Well,
until slavery came?
It was the establishing of the Americas.
How long was that?
And the developing
Should I
of
know
like
that?
How long were white people here
sugar
before
plantations.
slavery?
Yeah, like how long were we here setting up until they said, "All right, let's get some
Dude,
slaves."
slavery
now.
was immediate.
Should I know that?
Well,
Was it immediate?
I listened to the Pirate History podcast.
As soon as we as soon as we landed on, as soon as Columbus here, he had slaves, and we're like ready to go.
they were already enslaving people.
As soon as
that
you-
was
yeah.
part of what they were doing. Like they,
Really?
they would land and they would enslave. They would kill. Maybe not on the first trip, but shortly after. And if you go through,
Really, that soon?
It's-
They
dude,
didn't like set up like
it's not
let's
even
set up
con-
some shit
not
first.
even contested history,
Really?
man.
Bro,
It's
he
just like-
wasn't trying to be
I
cool.
don't know. I don't know. I'm ignorant as fuck. That's why I'm asking.
Columbus wasn't trying to be cool with nobody. He was
No,
going
Columbus
over
was
the
a
spots and-
sociopath.
Yeah.
I'm not No, I'm not a Columbus fan. That dude was hacking off Indians
yeah,
in
exactly.
front. Oh, you didn't bring me enough gold. I'm gonna chop your hands off in
chop
front of
your
your
hand off.
family.
Exactly.
I ain't talking. I'm no fan of Columbus. My question is purely out of ignorance. How long were white people here setting up
I'd say it was
the colonies,
immediate.
and then they said, "Hey,
'Cause
we need cotton picked. Let's get slaves."
the-
Like when was it? Was it even before that or after that? When were slaves brought here? When did we land? And then when were slaves
The first slaves
a
weren't-
commodity,
the
a
first
trading
slaves weren't
commodity? Do you know what I
brought here.
mean?
The first slaves weren't brought here. The first slaves were the people that lived here
They lived
before.
here already.
Yeah, before
Native Americans?
Yeah, they were the first ones
Essentially,
enslaved.
yeah.
And then
Did we
when-
enslave them? Or
so-
we? I'm not saying we. Did
Well,
Europeans enslave them?
the Spanish, the French,
The ones that they
English-
wasn't killing off, they were enslaving.
The Spanish were enslaving Central American Indians. Spanish were, right?
Dude, it was everywhere. I don't.
Boy, a whole lot of shit happened
Yeah.
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah,
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy how crazy
Everywhere.
human beings are, though?
dude.
Take it all out. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what
Well,
color, nationality, race. I mean,
And here's the
human
thing.
beings have been fucking human beings
you have
up
to seek out that
since
information.
human beings.
Long
I mean,
time.
Mongolians against Chinese. The
For a
Mongolians thought they
long
were going to
time.
run the whole world. They're like, if you
Dude,
didn't live in a tent.
All the atrocities that we know about, there are probably exponentially more that are just swept like under the dunes of history, and we'll never know about the worst things that have happened, and the best things that have happened. You
And
know?
that's the thing on the flip side of that, and I tell people that all the time, is people look at the news and they take that as face value of a representation of where the nation is headed and what's happening. I'm like, but check it. Do you live like that? Is your everyday
Right,
life like
day-to-day
that?
like that,
Do you
right.
step outside and hear about school shootings and see all this stuff? No,
Oh,
it's because
shit.
these things are being blown up and magnified in
Right.
the media to fear mongering.
yeah,
that's what
a big
it
thing.
is.
If it bleeds, it leads.
Yeah, exactly.
And news is hurting for clicks. They need views.
Dude,
they
and-
need whatever they can possibly get. So if that's gonna
Yes.
get you to click on me, I'm gonna put that shit up front and I'm gonna make it up front and
And here's
personal
the thing,
and
that's
exploit it.
that's profitable, but what I think it compromises is the
Integrity.
and the integrity of our feeling of freedom of speech, because then
Oh,
media figures just start pushing shit to a point where they're trying to exploit, get as much
Our freedom of
get as
speech
much
is at war
attention
right
as
now.
they can, and then provide a semi-rational reason
I get
of
it.
why you should limit freedom of speech, because you've got these whack jobs out here saying stuff that's hurting people.
But they should be
you
able
know?
to say it.
They should.
Alex Jones.
Yeah, no,
Alex Jones is
I
censored.
I feel that way, but then
Shouldn't he be allowed to say
Dude,
what he says?
But we also have to. There has to be some kind of mechanism for fighting back against just absolute lies. You know what I mean?
Man.
Like,
Why?
so-
It's freedom of speech. He can say whatever he wants.
Either that, or just everyone needs to wake up from.
People will know he's lying.
Like, if you're reading it, if you're listening to it, it might not be true. Which is that's a philosophy I personally live by.
But he should be allowed to say what he wants to say. Like, he shouldn't be deplatformed.
No, I agree. What I'm saying is that additional information should be included in the conversation that hopefully is rational, not the like opposite, not the antithesis of him reacting to him, and thus making the dynamic between them even more volatile and propelling both parties to greater attention, but a voice that is kind of monotone and kind of just our rationality that in some way brings us back from being binary polarizing entities that it is what is fucking gonna bring down the world. You know what I mean? Like,
all I'm saying is the dude should be able to talk.
Dude should be able to talk. Yeah,
but he's not. I mean, there's people.
But if someone's talking crazy,
Louis Farrakhan just got censored.
If someone's talking
crazy, who agrees with a lot of? I don't agree with what he says, but I feel like he should be able to say what he wants to say.
No, there should just be a voice.
Conservatives, liberals, I mean, on both sides are being shut down right now in a lot of places just because
and I'm not
Facebook doesn't agree with that. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I don't agree with them, but
our freedom of speech is at war and being challenged right now. And it's kind of, I don't know. It's a scary. It's a trend, and it's a scary trend because that's one of the biggest things that makes America America is that we have free speech. Canada doesn't have free speech.
No, I agree.
We're the only people that has free speech.
That's what.
And if we lose that,
the collapse. Yeah, freedom is the thing that we have that.
You couldn't wear that shirt if we didn't have freedom of speech in some places.
It's free speech is fucked up when it's met with somebody who's not a free thinker.
Right.
If you're not a free thinker, then free speech can be a very
it's dangerous to them. It's dangerous to them. They get scared.
It threatens their way of life.
Yeah, and they don't know what to do about it.
Exactly, and that's the problem we're in. Is that freedom of speech is being met
but
with a bunch
whose
of
problem is it? Shouldn't that be their problem? If you're not an open thinker, that's your problem. You need to learn how to be an open thinker.
You should be, but then it depends on your position in society and who are you trying to overstep these boundaries of somebody who's not.
But I should be able to listen. I should listen to Alex Jones and come up with my own
here's
assumption of, oh my God, this dude's crazy.
Here's the
of course I'm not gonna. He can say what he says, but I don't believe what he says.
At the point at which they're garnering their attention by soliciting outrage, which the general public just seems to find an addictive
Someone's car's getting
substance.
jacked right now.
Hope it ain't mine.
Not mine. Yeah.
About to say.
Jinx. Yeah, like outrage is the currency, right? Like that's what you're selling.
It's the algorithm.
That's the
product. The algorithm that's being produced, being pushed right now. Is that?
So here's the thing. Like they can say whatever they want, but at the point that some gun nut, like, here's a conspiracy theory that drives him to take his his assault rifle and go like shoot up a pizzeria or whatever.
Pizzagate.
It went too far.
Right.
Yeah. And I was late to that one. I read up on that like well after it was not even a thing anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, this happened. That's crazy. People thought that there was like a
child molestation ring in a basement of a pizza
under a
company.
Pizzeria
that doesn't even have a basement.
But that's what you're doing. Like
exactly.
Right. That's what you're doing this day. You got to be careful where you're getting information.
Not just one person. A lot of
people. That was a big thing.
Thought that is a thing.
And that's the thing with a lot of different stuff.
Still think that stuff. Yeah, man.
People want to be, and we've been programmed thanks to these phones.
Oh, those are the worst. Are those the devil? Are those the devil?
It depends on what you're using it for. The devil's in everything. It just depends on if you're pulling them out or not.
Yeah.
Fuck, that thing is a drug.
This thing is like, we want to be first with everything. We want to be the first person to have the breaking news about the latest shit. We don't care if it's true or false. We just want to be first.
And that's a problem.
And we go around searching for breaking news. What's next? What's the hot thing? What can I say? I posted first. I found out first about it.
Right.
And that's the thing. Isn't it sad?
No one cares about who's right.
You know what's sad? And I'm sure everybody here has done this. Do you not get on social media and the first thing you see is a big picture of somebody and you worry if they're dead or not? Like the very first thing, it comes to my mind. I see this picture and I'm like, did this person die?
Oh, no, I don't think that.
I do. Because there's a lot of that on my timeline. It's like, oh, my God, this person's dead. It'll lead off with some major tragedy. You know what I mean? Like the very first post is some.
Man, I'm glad I'm not on your feed.
Yeah, well, that's why I don't really get on there. For
I bet, right?
I like post shit and I get off. Like I don't really go there
on what
thumbing
platform?
People's shit. All of them.
I just do Instagram where you can follow what you want to follow, and I just try to follow fun stuff.
I find a lot.
I try to follow informative
Facebook.
Stuff.
Get off of Facebook. That'll murder you. I gotta piss again. Can you guys hold court this time?
Yeah, for sure. It's about that
what
time
should we
to
talk
go
about?
move my car again.
All right. You guys want to take a break real quick? And yeah. The meter's running. I've got a couple quarters for you. Blue Rip has to go put some quarters in his
Just
meter.
keep it going, man. I'll rap verse.
No, it's cool.
Lucid.
We're gonna have to stop for a minute to move his car and put some quarters in it.
Man, all right.
Robin,
so you can do that.
Hit that stop streaming button whenever you can. You good? One again, back again. Another putting quarters into the parking meter. We're back. Did you know every 3 feet of ground that you dig is 10,000 years?
Of what?
But is that everywhere?
Of the Earth. Yeah, everywhere.
Surely Earth compresses it different.
Everywhere you go.
Densities.
Every 3 feet is 10,000 years. And when you get deep enough, there's the time when the dinosaurs died.
That's true.
When the big comet.
That's how we know dinosaurs exist.
This big fucking comet meteor, 6 miles wide, the big size of man, 6 by 6, smashed into Mexico, went down like 7 miles deep into the crust, all over Earth. And now, if you go down to when that happened, there's a crust wherever you go on the Earth. If you dig at that level of like an inch of gray.
Yeah, because it covered
carbon,
the whole
like
Earth.
A carbon thing. Yeah, the whole.
I'm trying to remember
Earth.
There's an NPR podcast that did a
Dinopocalypse.
No, it's one of their kind of bigger podcasts, and they did a piece on what that moment was like when the.
That's what I'm saying. It was a Radiolab.
Radiolab. You're right.
The Dinopocalypse episode on Radiolab.
Yeah, I remember running errands, and that episode was playing, and like just sitting in the car and being like, I need to go get these balloons, but man. I want to hear this. Yeah, because they talked about how the meteor like evaporated the atmosphere, that in the middle of the day when you saw this coming through, you then all of a sudden saw just the black night sky.
Yeah.
And the stars just like they were right in front of you. And then it brought the whole Earth surface temperature like
250 degrees or something like that. Yeah.
Like bake
hotter
everything.
Than a broiler.
Bake everything. And it was like what was under the ground is what survived, like the shit that
and it killed everything, and this whole event lasted like 3 hours.
Dude,
in 3 hours
shit can change on a dime.
That's what I'm afraid of. People are worried about all kinds of shit. I worry about comets and meteors hitting the Earth.
But that's the stuff you don't have control over, you know.
Well, that's what I'm afraid. I'm afraid of. That's what
we need to be cognizant of what we have control over, and we need to be very attentive to what we could
have. We could have control over a meteor hitting us. We could invest the money into building something that would help that. But did you know we don't have that?
I think
we're fucked if a meteor comes at us. We're fucked.
We fucked anyway.
But we're really fucked.
Yeah,
but there is a way to fix it.
I think the meteor thing is not what we need to worry about right now.
I'm worried about it. It's going to happen.
I think
I'm worried about it. Meteor
more
and a
pressing
super
matters.
volcano. Those are the two things. Super volcano, the caldera in Yellowstone, and a big meteor. Those are the two things I'm worried about. Anything else, I don't care.
You're just filling the media feed and keeping people from seeing the stuff they need to see.
I don't watch the media. I really don't. Is the media telling you about meteors in Yellowstone?
That was me speaking abstractly. Like, if you worry about the things that are not actually the problems that are being perpetuated on a daily basis by us that are leaving us to our not just eventual but imminent calamity, then...
You're talking global warming, aren't you?
Not just global warming. Okay, listen to Josh Clark's End of the World podcast.
Okay.
Highly encourage it. He's one of the 2 in Stuff You Should Know, which is just a really
Stuff You Should
compelling.
Know. Okay.
Dude, it's a great podcast. I've listened to so many stupid hours.
Lou, do you listen to podcasts?
I do.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Dak Shepard's podcast.
Oh, a lot of people like that. My sister likes that.
And I listen to Things You Should Know too.
Okay, so check that one out. So
it's good stuff. Well, so he's a very intelligent person. I like how he talks. He talks like I probably would have met him in college, and he was smoking weed, but then not that long after he wasn't, and then working legit.
Right.
And he just lays out every episode is a different calamity that humanity faces, and could just wipe us all out. And I forget, there's like 8 or 9 or something like that have all manifested within
the last
100 years. Like and when he lays them out, it's scary because you're just like, oh wow, I didn't know that was happening. I didn't know that was happening. Wow, or I had an inkling about it. Just check it out, and it'll make you think of how all this is coming together. And then when you have a multitude of factors like like disease manipulation and stuff, so that, and I forget what the term would be for that, but
man, what are we supposed to do?
There's
we just have to live day by day.
There's a lot of
and have fun and do what we want
entities
to do.
that are literally taking the worst diseases on Earth and then mutating them and trying to find different common, like,
right.
They're trying to kill us all. And so what they divulge in that
kill us.
podcast is like all the leaks and stuff. Why
though? Who wants to control the population and why? There's enough food and land and stuff out there right now.
Everybody don't believe
I just think it's reckless.
But who's trying to control the population, and for when and for why? That's what I've never understood about these long cons. These dynasties that want to do shit for like their great grandkid. Like, I mean, is that what it's about? If you're saying population control,
it's about people, like you just said, who don't understand. That's why fear is so easily spread, because they don't understand it. So when you don't fear something, you overreact, and when you overreact, people lose things like their lives because if the message is being spread, all it takes is for one person to say, the world's coming to an end.
The right person, yeah.
All it takes, it can, maybe not even the right person. All it takes is for somebody who doesn't know any better to buy into it.
Well, what's that AOC chick? What's her name? Something Ocasio-Cortez. She said we have 12 years. The planet's got 12 years left.
I mean, that's just been like,
we heard some same crazy shit back in 2000.
Dude, so constant. People declaring the end. Yeah, I mean, it goes back.
It goes back for
millennia.
Yeah.
And millennia. Yeah, I think just
there's
forever.
Always prophets that the end is near, the sky is falling.
People want control. It's like, you don't know. You
I just watched my I just watched my grandpa die a couple weeks ago. That's why I didn't have a podcast a couple weeks ago. I was out of town. Sorry. We just took a derail.
Sorry to hear that.
Sorry, man.
You know what?
But that's real life.
It was a beautiful death. He had his kids and all of his grandkids there in the hospital. I rushed. He's in Michigan. I was able to get thanks you to technology, airplanes and shit, to get from here. I left work, came here, threw shit in a suitcase real quick, went straight to the airport, flew up there to Michigan, and got to see him on his deathbed. Got to talk to him while he was coherent.
That's awesome.
And then all his kids and his grandkids all came together when it was time for him to pass. We all had our hands on him, and just
priceless.
And it was just he didn't want to die alone, and it was just the most beautiful death a guy could have. It was beautiful. You know what I mean?
Death shouldn't be.
What's up, man?
I don't know.
It was dope.
I think we think about death wrong a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I think we're wrapped up in ourselves and thinking about how we're gonna miss the people, when they leave. And I personally think that. It's the river doesn't just end; it goes somewhere.
Yeah.
It changes, and I don't know what that change is, but I feel just in my core that like the river doesn't stop flowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The being a thing, existing, like I see us all as vessels poured consciousness from the same reservoir, so we're all intrinsically the same thing. But just poured into different vessels in a different location,
right?
And that's the substance. And then so our job is to separate all the physical stuff, the things that have been introduced to us here, from who we just intrinsically are when we shut up and let things be how they're harmonic.
Yeah,
how they're supposed to be. Like I've always said about death is like, dead people don't know they did. So it's like, what you worried about dying for?
At least that's what we think.
Yeah.
I mean, ain't no dead person ever reported back to me and said,
no,
hey,
right.
I'm dead.
Hey,
I'm
look,
on the other side.
I kind of do the same thing when I say, we never knew what it was like before we were alive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what it was like before I was alive.
I do remember thinking when I was pretty young that I had known everything when I was born, and then it was taken from me.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was just an inherent thought that I had, and repeatedly, just the feeling that when I was born I had it all, and then all this other stuff kind of came in and redirected, and that's your situation, right? So we're all in a shared situation. All of us getting put in this situation is supposed to give us each our own, personal assessment of where we're at in the world and what it is, and we're ideally report back to each other.
Robin, will you fix that light?
And then we collectively just work together, figure it out, make everyone happy. I think that there are so many complexities in the world that have gone so deep and egregious that are fundamentally just that one person, that two people can't communicate.
Yeah.
Because I think that you see a lot of things happening across the world right now where the same thing is happening in South America is what's happening in North America and what's happening in Europe and what's happening in Asia, and specifically as far as trends in governmental practices.
There's shit happening
and
all
stuff.
over the world.
Dude, currents.
I get freaked out. I get freaked out about the world, and I get freaked out by time.
You can only...
Time is a very fluid concept.
Yeah.
And
time is just to measure
questioned
distance,
one, too.
right? Basically. I mean, that's all time is a measurement of distance.
I think it's just an axis. You know what I mean? We sit in...
I freak out all the time, about what it would have been like just a few hundred years ago. People lived lives.
I mean...
We live our lives right now.
Physicists
and
say
this is the center of our lives because it's all we know. But in 300 years...
say it's all happening at the same time.
We're nothing. We're gone.
We're gone. What is happening now is relatively... what just happened is happening at the same time, and it's all...
Do you ever meet your great-grandparents? Did you ever meet your great-grandparents?
No.
My great-great-grandmother.
Your grandparents' parents?
No.
You never met your grandparents' parents? How about you?
Yes.
How about
I met my grandparents' mother, not the father.
How about your grandparents' grandparents? Never met them?
No.
You never met them? How? That's not that long. Your grandparent, you have grandparents. That's nothing. I love my grandparents. Like I said, my grandpa just died. That was my last grandpa.
Yeah, my grandparents.
He
all
had
passed
grandparents.
away
I never met them. But what I'm saying, that's not that far. If you just think about how far, what you remember of your grandparents, right? And your grandparents remembered the same type of shit. We're talking on a time axis here.
All right.
Your grandparents remember the shit about their grandparents that you remember about their grandparents.
Yeah.
Are you with me?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
That's not that long ago. But we don't know shit about our grandparents' grandparents.
That's a thread.
So people are going to forget about us and not that far in the future. This is... It's like, why even exist?
We're all a
so,
web.
You know what I mean? It's just so
We're
it's awesome right now because we're here, but then what does it mean?
And our relationships are the threads.
I mean, exactly. What is it supposed to mean when we're gone, though? It's only supposed to mean something while we're here.
For a few people, for a very little time.
That's why we're here, to be in this moment and discover this moment. It's not about...
But it's so fleeting.
And it's what happens with everything else. It's what trees do.
That's such as life.
Right?
Yeah.
You got to make the most of it, though, right? God damn it. That's right. You got to make the most of it. Now we're getting somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is so fleeting and so short, you do have to make the most of it.
Yeah, ideally.
Dude, thank you guys for being
handle
here.
your
That's
shit.
what I'm talking about.
For sure.
Yo. I wrote a dope flow to introduce you to a duo most folks don't know yet. They'll bet they will soon because most gon' blow. No Joe Schmo, they call me Sensei in my foes dojo. Skill superior. Brainstorming, lyrics poor, gears of war grinding. I'm a lion, hear me roar. Never will my spirit soaring wings made out of paraffin. I swear I've been a people for never be down there again. Snared within a layer of sin. I don't care if they're my kin to find their arrogance. Fair skin Americans embarrassing. So stuck at the tunnel view. No regard for the trouble humans of other colors must struggle through. Be humble or the universal humble you. An empire falling over which a jungle grew. Crumble to the ground. Buildings are only built to fall. Beats are made to be murdered. And I'ma kill them all. Kill them all. Fucked up the last line. Who does that? Fuck.
Lou, what you got? Can you match that?
Oh, come on, dude. Yeah.
Matching it. No. I don't
Okay.
think so.
Never mind that. I ain't trying to put you on the spot. I'm just curious.
Just because
Nice.
I was listening to my first album today. Here we go. Like penicillin for your syphilis, my adrenaline triples till it reaches lethal limits. I disconfigure constituents who constellize constitutional foolery. I'm foolishly elusive, moving freakishly fluid, spooking communities and doubtfully outspoken. Violent strings with solid rage, blind to faith. I terminate ciphers to keep my mind engaged. Mentally a lion cage, trapped behind a 9 gate. Set ablaze facilities impersonating perpetrators, worker haters strenuous. Bend them like the percolator, circumnavigation. No vacation is a world invasion, catastrophic application. Deep and wide and ivory like preservation. Mind invasion, lethal like a virus. To the highest plane, my rain trickles down to the driest climate. Lyrical politics, common threads to my environment. Select the sciences, apply with wisdom, equal theory. Self-reflect before you mimic or mirror me. This is history. Sorry, I messed up. I messed up a little bit.
Wow, messed up nothing. All right, my turn. Go. Nope. Sorry. I'm gonna have to write something next time.
I mean,
had them bars ready, man.
Try.
I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Throw your hat in.
I don't know how to do acapella. I need a beat. I need to go.
Your voice
No, wait. I can't do it with you guys. I can't do it in front of you guys.
Your voice is the beat.
Your voice is the beat. Yeah, I wouldn't even know where to begin.
I mean,
in front of you guys, I'd be embarrassed.
Does your show want more bars, or people, that's like their limit?
People limit. How long have we been going? This is fun.
Gotta be over 2 hours.
Going on 3.
Going on 3? How long are we at?
Yeah, we gotta shut it down.
We're going 2:06.
Oh, give me a 15-minute. We're fine. We got time. Don't go over 3.
But yeah, you got
Bars. Keep going bars. Golly.
Dude, here's the thing. Like, I write a verse, and then Lou writes a verse, and then I want to write another verse, and this just kind of it continues like from beat to beat to beat. We get beats from our homie Joker 70, and it's like you get excited about one, you start writing, and then you share it, and then there's like there's a competitiveness inherent in hip hop, which is one of the things that I've always been attracted to. It's like you are responsible for getting in, like if you're gonna get in the cypher, you got to show and prove, or you're just gonna get mowed over, and that's part of the whole like essence of hip hop. There's the competitive, like you're in there to survive, and you got to treat
it as such. It's a dog-eat world out there. Everybody's a hip hop artist. Everybody raps, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of rappers out there.
Yeah, but
I'm not saying quality rappers. I'm just saying there's a lot of people out there that think they rap. They claim they're rappers,
and no one knows who they are.
Right.
Yeah, and we're trying to change that.
How frustrating is that? Because you guys are dope as fuck.
That was frustrating.
How frustrating is that to be like, why can't you guys find my shit? I'm good. That's got to be frustrating, right?
I mean, I go back and forth with it, like literally every day. Like sometimes I wake up and I'm like, I'm cool with what I got. I'm straight. Mm-hmm. And then other times I wake up and I'm like, really?
Come on, man. I hear some of the trash out there. Why can't you?
Yeah. How come I'm not there? You know what I mean?
I know. That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm like. It's got to be frustrating.
I don't want to not be doing it. Like, that's what it comes down to. And I think that's the difference between like Lou and me and a lot of people who are probably trying to get shine in the scene is that our interest is, make no money from it. Right. I'm not going to stop doing it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if it's happening either way, you might as well try and do it right. And you add time to the equation. Exactly. Like, we've both been doing this for a long time, and hip hop's
you have been in the game for a while.
Hip hop's in a state where now it's not like hit 30.
It's a different.
You don't retire your jersey at 30. You know what I mean?
You
anymore. Do? No, you don't anymore.
No, yeah, you don't.
But that was what everyone thought. Everyone thought that you hit 30.
And then the 30-year-old said, hold up. We started this shit.
Nah, because, Jay-Z's
we started this shit. We don't count us out. You kidding me?
Yeah, man. The roof raised with them.
Nas just put something out recently,
He'd be stupid not to.
Q-Tip. Not Q-Tip. Schoolboy Q put something out recently. I mean, all the old school guys are still putting shit out.
I would argue Schoolboy Q's not old school.
Yeah, he's not really
not in my old school.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Come on.
He's under a decade. He's under a decade.
He's early 2000s.
Yeah, that ain't really in the same caliber as the 90s and 80s.
No, that's old school. But there's like
that's 93.
Yeah.
I mean, 93, 92, 93.
I just mean he's not like new school trap rap like SoundCloud.
Oh yeah.
What's that shit you call that I hate?
T-Pain.
Yes, auto. How did you know? Auto-tune. I hear so many. I've heard some local rappers recently defending the auto-tune.
I've used auto-tune, but in what I thought were applicable or
I think it's fine here and there, but to be an auto-tune rapper, that's same with rapping over your lyrics.
If you use the effect as a tool, then I think it's cool. If you're just trying to get by, then that ain't cool.
You know what I like? I like the slow motion deep voice for the doo. You know what I mean when if you slow your voice down and make it real deep for just a second. That's what I like. What would you call that? I wish I could. Yeah, I'm not confident.
I don't know what you call that. But
you know what I mean.
No,
sorry guys.
Anyone that can manipulate it like that is really impressive. Like Tech Nine, I think the first time I ever saw anything of his, it was on a Wake Up Show cassette tape, that VHS cassette tape that I had way back in the day, and it was just like, dude, it was like just footage of B-boys like battling, and then like Shaolin monks doing challenges up in the mountains, and like, you know, flipping on their heads and getting kicked in the balls and not caring, you know.
No, that's super old school VHS shit.
Yeah, and then it was freestyles, all that kind of shit, and it was like Tech Nine freestyle, and then like after he finished the verse, then he spit it backwards and, you know, did that.
Tech Nine, man, what a legend,
dude!
What a legend! Like just a hardcore hustler,
dude.
Like a baller, like just a hustler, go getter,
and
right,
dude.
KC, God.
For
what
real,
a representative case.
It was after Cess Crew got signed that I really even started actually investing time in checking out what their catalog was, because I'd heard a lot of Tech Nine, you know, back in the day, and
right when he was like
stuff.
Just rapping, when he was going to America's Club and rolling around in his van that was logoed out, and
but you know, it's just, if it's not your style, then you just don't like stay abreast of it or whatever. But then to find out kind of,
I think he made everybody his style, didn't he? Like in Kansas City, didn't he just kind of force everybody to love him?
City,
he's an institution,
right?
Man.
But I mean, like when he was way back in like the late 90s.
And I think really, honestly, like Kansas City, and probably still to this day, really took him for granted, because they were just like,
yeah, I think you're right.
It's kind of like,
it's the local dude. It's the local dude. Yeah.
Then you follow his Instagram. They're doing sold out shows all over the country, and Kansas City's always been like one of those cities that I feel like you need to leave it and become famous somewhere else to be then accepted as something beyond.
I think so, yeah.
That's what he did.
One of the dudes.
And once he started popping in L.A. with QD3, he started blowing up. I mean, he went through a bunch of record deals that went awry and didn't go right, but he stuck with it. And more than anything, like, people can talk about his style and his image, but the integrity of this dude's rhymes, always there. He has been consistent since day one. I remember hearing Mitch Bade, the first song I heard from him back in '94. Even then, the integrity of his rhymes and how he puts them together, you can tell this dude isn't just like styling just because, hey, listen to me. He is spitting some shit.
He's a real poet.
Yeah, he is
a real poet. He's an artist. He's a poet. Like
you can have the rhyme skill without the character.
Right,
it wouldn't do what.
Right. No, you can tell it's like actual real for him. It's
and
like,
that's what it is with him. It's not just you feel what he's saying. The fact that he can put it in all these clever ways that most people can is just icing on top of the cake. But it's like,
oh no, he's a real one.
Yeah, absolutely,
dude. And what I love is that he really is, dude. He's putting people on. You know, and he chooses wisely. Like they curate their talent really carefully, and that sort of care and them like treating it like a business. That's the amazing thing when you go out to Strangeland. Like I got to.
Oh, Strangeland is dope.
Dude,
it's dope out there.
So legit. You know,
it's amazing.
It is
you walk
dope.
through the accounting department to get to the warehouse, and it's like, dude, this is
legit.
It's legit as
not
AF.
that you didn't think it was a business, but you didn't think it was a business like this, where there's like brass strange logos,
right?
You know, inside wood finished, just like details within.
It's incredible.
The whole space.
It's a beautiful spot.
Yeah. So
yes, big time.
I just don't know why it's in Lee Summit.
I think probably taxes. I
would think that's
my
the opposite.
Guess.
I think it's so expensive.
No, my guess is that they're saving money by being out there. Otherwise, why would you be out there?
Because I don't know. It's Lee Summit's expensive,
Someone's
man.
trying to mitigate their. Commute.
I don't know. I don't know. Lee Summit's expensive. What do you think? If should I go ahead and extend the Neandertalk invite to Tech Nine? You think he's worthy of being on this podcast?
I think
I'll leave the aspect of him being worthy up to you, but
I'm just so
phrasing it like
just
that.
From an outsider's perspective, I'd say he's
I'm just
worth
kidding.
that.
No, he's way above my level. No, he's I love the way he represents Kansas City. It's nice that we have that dude in the rap game for us representing us.
Yeah.
He does a good job, right?
That family does a lot. I think just even in inspiring, in doing the videos that we're doing, which we're trying to do it right. We're trying to do it how we can do it, but we're also trying to do it, correctly and not put out material based on a standard of what other people are doing, but rather material upon a standard of what other people have done and wanting to do something to add to that. And man, that whole roster is just like if we can do it a little bit more like them, but only in this way, then it feels like you got a recipe to success that is gonna work if you just have the endurance to get yourself there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just, it's having those frames of reference of
God, the music
how
game
you
is
can
such
do
a
it.
grind, right?
Yeah.
Such a grind, but it's a fun grind.
Well, when you see a lot of
most of the time,
it depends on what you're doing it for. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing it because you're really trying to blow up, no, it is not fun.
right?
I mean,
But doing it for the art and the love, that's the fun part. But then you do have some of
you're
that.
doing it for the
Yeah, man.
process, yeah, absolutely. Because everything else just falls in place.
What is your goal with your music videos? Do you have a goal? Like, I hope it gets X amount of views. I hope it
No,
brings this
my
amount of
goals
people
aren't-
to me. Like, do
my
you have a
goals-
goal behind it?
metrics don't interest me personally. It's not the metrics, it's the opportunities that are generated by putting out a specific type of content, and then hopefully just perpetuating more opportunities, because a lot of what we've been producing is like people being excited about working with us to do something because of what we just did, and they see what we're doing, and then just we're nice dudes. The people that came out and helped us with our last shoot, like, they commented in how they felt welcomed by us, because
nice.
we totally included them. I mean,
Nice.
dude, if you're gonna come out and you're gonna help us to realize our vision, then I love you. you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, I cannot show enough appreciation for people who can help and do.
And these are all Kansas City people that are doing this with you?
I mean, mostly,
Yeah.
Mostly?
because that's where we are. Yeah.
Man, I love it.
But not entirely. I mean, with One Man Posse, my homie Neil, who lives in Montana, he had been visiting.
Oh,
we were
that's right.
hanging
You were
out,
telling me about that.
and
Yeah.
he just plussed up the video for me.
Dude, Kansas City is awesome, though. Like,
It is, because you can generate opportunities.
So
here.
many talented people.
it
Kansas
is.
City,
It's
man.
great. But it's a small enough town where it seems like you guys can all. Well, I guess you guys were kind of. I don't know. You kind of can collaborate with a few people, but not everybody.
I have an old verse about
Huh.
Kansas City. It's a city just like any. Got crackheads and litter. Corner stores get robbed by masked men for liquor. Homies drunk and driving. Busy working corpus. Got homeless dumpster diving. Finding missing person corpses. We got all types here. Plus some with creative talent. Those who even altitude scale to make a balance. Who raised to face the challenge. KC is underrated. My eyes see the potential. My tongue is to brush the paint it. Coming straight up from the basement. Out the dungeon. Blazing these mics. Around the rhythm supplied by the drummer ratio. Feel the beat. Breathe. Eat the bust of my lungs. Affiliated KC. Love or hate it. The city is what we make it. Man, it's so much better when you don't stumble on it a little bit. Like,
Well, when's the last time you've recited
that's
that,
a
right?
really, dude, that's an old verse.
That's crazy that you can pull that
I
shit
do not
up.
stay up on
and-
that
You know what I'm
one.
saying?
That's
Just pull it out
crazy.
the hat like
Right.
that.
That's rhymes though. Like, to me, I don't know how it is for you, Lou. Like, if I got the first three words, I can't go into a verse and pull a line out of it. But if I go to the first three words of the rhyme, then the rest of it is just like a deck.
That's exactly how I am. Like, if I can remember the first three words, first couple words, then the rest just kind of spills.
Yeah, I'm like that with the 8 Ball and MJG Coming Out Hard album.
Yeah.
You throw on one of those songs, give me a couple verses, or even just a beat. I got you.
Yo, so I think Lou should spit
And-
something else too before we leave. Don't let him hold out.
Let's see. Sometimes I rhyme slow, sometimes I rhyme quick. One time I rhyme so sick, a medical staff researched my paragraph, found turpentine hints, decline comment, then resign to quit. At no time shall my shine eclipse. Grind time, I rewind the clips. Prime time like a Dion pick. Then I kick it till it's beyond 6. I pee on these peons. I see y'all trick without neon sticks. The black savage in dark garments and bark havoc. I'm shark climbing, stomping. It's March Madness. I go harder than both Carters. Turn niggas' careers to sawdust. So hear me with both ears. I ain't programmed to cry or designed to show fear. My live show is ferocious like Hiroshima. So high to the coast is clear.
1/3.
Damn.
Dude.
That might be the first time the N-bomb's ever been dropped on this podcast. I'm going to have to edit that.
Say anything, my bad.
I'm just kidding. I don't care.
All right,
I really don't care. Damn, you guys are, wow. You guys just must wake up, like, I don't know, with a smile on your face going, holy shit, I'm talented. How good is it to be alive?
Nah, man, because that's not the attitude that gets you.
But you just know it. Holy cow. You got to know it. Look how crazy talented you guys are.
You need to know it. You need to be confident, but you need to not be cocky, because you'll deny yourself opportunities for thinking. And it's always when you're feeling real good about yourself that you trip. You know what I mean? Like you're really feeling yourself. That's when you're gonna fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's learned on my part.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Like you gotta own it for yourself, to yourself, and true to yourself, and not, posture. And then, because people will test you, and you'll test yourself. The world will test you, And so if you're fronting, then it's all gonna come down, house of cards, right? But
if you're not strong enough, yeah.
Yeah, but if you're confident, you're just because you know what you're doing and why you're doing it, And I think that's a big commonality Lou and I both have. We're both like family men, like
right.
Not trying to fuck things up, man.
Your Instagram's got your daughters on there all the time, right? You got two girls, right?
3 total, but 2 little girls. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see them all the time on there.
All the time.
I love it. I love seeing that shit.
That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. It's being able so they can see, yo, daddy does this. Like I'm off every Tuesday and I keep both my little ones with me. And I put on Tick Tick Boom today, and man, my daughter was jamming. She loves that joint.
Dope.
Nice.
She loves it.
Yeah.
And she knows, she see daddy in the video. She like, daddy, you know what I mean?
Nice.
She knows what's happening.
Hell yeah.
That's what it's all about.
That's dope.
That must be cool.
Yeah.
It's for the children.
I hope my kids don't ever fall onto my podcast. Oh my gosh. I never thought about that till recently. Like, because they're 5. My son's about to be 6, and my daughter will be 3.
I think about it with my music all the time.
Coming, bro.
Every time I write a verse.
How do I hide it from them?
Why would you?
You can't.
Every time you write a verse, is that in the back of your mind?
I think about that. Yeah. Yeah. What if someone that I love hears this? How are they gonna feel about it?
Yeah.
You just have to accept who you are, right? This is who I am. Accept me. Okay, this is what it is.
So I said, how are they going to feel about it? But really, it's how are you going to feel about them?
How they feel about it. Exactly. That's the
right.
Real question.
You don't have any control over how they feel about it, but how do you feel about how they feel about it?
Yes.
Is that an ego thing?
Yeah, absolutely. That's 110% ego.
Ego's a motherfucker.
If it's not controlled, it certainly is.
Right. But controlling it, like, how hard is it for so many people out there to control it?
It's necessary.
Right?
It's tough.
I mean, you see it out there. You see people who, just look at middle management in any workspace. It's unchecked ego.
I think most ego-defining characteristics are fear-based. Does that make sense? So, like, the ego, the sense of self-identification, is like all of our senses trying to tell us if something is wrong, if there's something that we need to be worried about. Like, stemming back to just survival of the fittest. It's a sense. Your sense of fear is your sense of self, and the letting go of that is what enables you to realize that we're not actually separate individuals, but we're all part of one continuous thing that's interconnected. So when you fuck with someone or fuck with something, or you act out of sorts, that reverb travels.
It affects you.
Travels through the world.
Yeah.
Through the world. So many individuals.
Like Bruce Lee said when he drops the pebble in the pond and the ripple just.
It's a ripple effect. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely, man. And the thing is like.
I gotta cause positive ripples.
I feel like, man, as far as like. I look at it like this, as far as you were saying, like, do we wake up saying we talented? It's like.
I've always known. Around. I don't think you actually.
I know, but I'm just feeling like. Yeah. The thing is because, you're good. The reason people think they're good is because you have other people telling you that you're good.
Surrounding yourself,
and that's
with
where your ego gets inflated. So I've had a lot of people telling me, "Yo, you're dope, you're dope, you're dope." You know, and it's
I
like,
did that. Shit, I'm guilty of that. I'm so sorry. You're not that good.
no. Well, like I say that to say, like, I don't have an ego to where it's like
Right.
I'm gonna hear somebody tell me that, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, you're fucking
You're
right.
right. Yeah, I am.
I'm
That's right.
fucking amazing.
That's right.
Why
I
did it take
am.
you so long
Right.
to tell me that? No, it's like
Hey, give
I
me
know
one.
that I
Give me
know
one.
that I have something special, but I don't know what that is. But
Sure.
I like that I don't know what it is.
That's cool.
Because if I did know what it was, there would probably be a chance for me to fuck it up.
Nice.
True that.
So it's like I kind of
How long have you known you've had something special?
since I started rapping, because I always
When did you
noticed.
start rapping?
I would say 1991. I wrote my first rap.
Who?
Ice Ice Baby. I wrote it to Ice Ice Baby. It's
Vanilla
called
Ice.
Barnyard Baby.
Vanilla-
I
Vanilla
wrote a
Ice.
farmer rap about it.
Vanilla Ice was not your inspiration
that's-
to rap, was it?
Well, because it was so popular and kids were looking at it back then, I made a rap over that beat, something that was, funny.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
dun.
I killed that shit.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Alright.
I wish I could.
Well, that was
I used to
well, he
remember
ripped
some
that
of
off
shit.
of Pressure.
Yeah.
David
Under
Bowie.
Pressure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Wow. So that was your kind of your inspiration, your catalyst to.
No, fuck no, not Vanilla Ice. I'm
That's
not
why I
saying
was. That's
he-
why I was like, wait a minute.
I said I rhymed over the beat.
Right, that's what I thought was like that
No.
was your inspiration. Was
No.
that one? Okay.
My inspiration to really for real take writing seriously was Nas. Nas was the guy. Was like when I heard Illmatic, I was just like, yeah.
What was
this
that?
is
92 or 94?
92.
Okay.
It was like this is what
That was
it's-
92. Yeah.
This is what it's gotta be.
Illmatic was
this
one of
is
the
what
greatest
it's gotta
hip hop
be
albums ever.
ever.
Uh-huh.
When I heard him, I was just like, wow, okay. The bars right.
Lyricist like back then too.
Dude,
like
change-
nobody was doing it.
Changed the game
Mhm.
like entirely.
But a
One of
pers-
those shifts, like
Yeah.
like that came out.
Game
It
changer.
affected
Oh, whoa!
everything,
This is
yeah.
what rap can be.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, he kicked down some doors with that.
Uh huh.
So
Dude,
And
some
plus,
of
it was
the-
popping when that was MTV was kind of starting to
come around.
come around, and like people were starting to get hip to it, and then BET shortly after.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
What a good time to grow up. Even better for you because you were a little bit older than us, right? How old are you, Lucid?
40.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
God, this is so nice.
Yo.
I'm the child in here. Well, not the Robin, but I've had like 19 and 20-year-old kids on lately. I'm like,
Dude,
I'm twice your age.
I recently got carded for buying Swisher Sweet cigarillos.
Oh,
And I was
nice.
like, oh, God bless you.
Oh my god, I hate getting
Thank you.
carded. When I got my beard,
Dude, for
I'll rock my
for
beard.
tobacco.
and I'm getting carded, I'm like, dude, you see, not only do I got a beard, I got gray in this beard. You're gonna
Yeah.
card me?
I
Come
think I
on.
have gray,
I
but
still get
blonde
carded
hair
and
is
I'm cool with
better
it.
for
It's
that.
all good. I used to hate it when
I
I
don't,
was
I
younger.
don't start anything. I just roll my eyes.
What a
like,
point! It's a compliment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Yeah.
Okay, I look good.
I think
Exactly.
it's,
Yeah.
it's his boss is looking over his shoulder, and he knows he just has to card people.
That happens.
That too.
Yeah. All right. Do we need to touch on anything else?
We're good, you guys. How you guys want to wrap it up? Here's your time to
we
shine.
gotta- we
Pimp
got-
whatever you'd like. To
So we have an
pimp.
album that I don't know. Hopefully,
How can I get your album? Spotify?
Well, it's not out yet.
Not out.
Why
yet.
not?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I get to peep it first,
That's
right?
Huh?
Yeah, exactly. Let you give the sign off and you get a thumbs up, then we're gonna let that thing drop.
All right.
Yeah, man.
I'll be honest too. If I don't like it, I'll give you a
I
thumbs
hope
down.
so. I hope so.
Because
Yeah,
I want it to come out and I want it to be fire.
I hope so too, but
Neanderthal approval sticker.
don't
That's gonna be a
think-
thing.
I don't think it's gonna happen. Well, yeah, the approval sticker. I think will happen.
Yeah, we'll get that. Yeah,
You got it.
Yeah.
we already got.
I mean, your last two videos, you already got it. You're here.
There we go.
It goes,
I've had some people
it's
on
gonna
here
go
that I
from there.
wouldn't necessarily put that stamp on their music. I'm not gonna call them out, but there's people on here.
you gotta have standards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everybody can't get the stamp, or what's the
Dude.
point of having it?
Right.
No, I mean, and you gotta earn it,
You do have
earn
to
it.
earn it.
dude. Every prop feels good
Yeah.
when you have no expectations of props, but you just kind of put it down, and then every prop is an affirmation.
It's
that we
really cool
put-
to see a couple
that we put
Instagram
time-
accounts in front of me.
Walking Instagram pages
Yeah.
right in front of you. You see all my pictures here.
You guys are a couple of Instagram. Well, not you, Lucy, but more you, because I've met you a few times. It's like a couple of Instagram dudes just right in front of me. A couple music videos in front of me. It's surreal for me.
Oh,
It's
Isn't
so
that
this is-
weird?
It
Isn't
is.
it weird how you can meet somebody off of that you know online and you like kind of get struck a little / starstruck a little bit?
Yeah.
Like you're the average everyday Joe, but I've never met you
because
before. and
you've abstracted them in your brain.
Yeah. This is who you are. This is how I know you as. I don't even look at you as a human being. I see you as a person in my phone. As an image in my
it's
phone.
dope, man. It's cool.
Well, and then everyone has like a name that's not their name. So then when you see them, it's like
It's their avatar name or whatever.
yeah, which obviously we got that.
Well, you're rappers. You have to have that.
We could have
Yeah.
used our government names, but yeah.
But isn't it cool to have? Don't you want to be Lucid and Lou Rip?
I just didn't want people fucking up my real name. That's why I didn't use Javon as my real name. And it's been butchered a million ways to left. So
No Scope's name is Javon. Back-to-back Javon rappers.
oh sweet, nice.
Yeah, no, Daniel
He
Barter.
raps over his lyrics.
I
though.
knew you were getting ready to bring that up. I knew that's where you were going.
You want to hear his argument for it? Because I brought it up,
What's that?
and he clowned on me a little bit. He was like, "Man, this ain't the '90s anymore."
That's your argument?
Well, his that was part of. I'm gonna do him right. I'm gonna do him right. I'm not throwing him under the bus.
Okay.
He writes and makes so many songs because that's what you have to do. You have to be prolific. If you're not a
I don't
big
think
name,
so.
he says in his mind for younger kids, he's 23. For his generation, you have to constantly be putting shit out. You can't just put one album out a year.
I doubt that's actually the case. I think that if you put out,
But I'm just telling you what he said.
if you put out less music, but
I kind of said
hits,
that. I said that
you
to
know
him
what I
too.
mean?
I said, I kind of said that.
that's why my investment in videos, just investing my time and effort and energy into transferring the connection with our music to something that is multi-sensory
Right.
an experience, then it just reaches not just that many more people, but like exponentially more people. It resonates further, and it's how content is.
I'm
is
just
carried
telling you what
across.
his argument was. Is because he
Yeah.
writes so much and he feels like he has to put so much shit out there, and then when he does perform live, he can't remember all his songs. So he was like, if I were to do a concert, I'd have to rehearse, and he's like, I'm not about that because I have so many songs.
See, I
and
think
it ain't the 90. And he said
you gotta
people
have a
want
work
to be
ethic,
hyped
man.
now. He said people want to be hyped up now.
You have to
And
have
I
a work
can't-
ethic as an MC. You have to know your verses, man.
I'm just telling you his argument was that, and he was like, you'd have to be in so much shape to also say your whole concert or your whole lyrics. You have to be in shape to be able to do that. I was like,
it's
yeah,
an
do that. I go look at Wiz Khalifa.
It's a fucking contact sport, man.
It would be helpful if you were in shape. I mean, it could only be to your benefit,
right?
Not just in music, but maybe in life in general.
Big Pun pulled it off, and then
yeah.
I
mean, I don't know, man.
It's
just a different breed of people.
I'm on your side. I don't, like I said, if I have Neanderthal Fest or whatever the hell it'll be called, the rule is you can't rap over your lyrics. But I'm just telling you the argument what he gave me because I brought that up, and
Dude,
he was a little offended.
When I finished writing a verse, I have it memorized.
The younger kid,
they are
the younger
because they don't know any better.
The younger kid, the younger generation,
you gotta take it seriously.
They
man.
rap over their lyrics a lot, and they're kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can't do that. You got to be able to deliver your own content, and you got to be able to. You can't be writing rhymes that you cannot deliver back to back. And sure, you can strategize your show set so that you go from a particular pace of song to a particular pace of song, and thus give yourself the the opportunity to get your breaths and stuff. But you got to be able to do it, man. It can't be you can't just be out there faking it.
I hear you.
It's a sport.
I took this down another path. You guys were trying to wrap up. You guys looking like you might need to get out of here.
You give the illusion in here that it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's almost 10 o'clock at night. I was like, damn, I didn't realize it was that late.
I have said how many times.
Here like, man, it look like the sun is shining bright. Like, I still
like
got
a
time to
casino
go out.
in here. There's no clocks.
I got time to hit the playground with my kids. Like, I'm like, damn.
I told you that. I have said so many times there's a time warp in here. When you just get a good podcast and you're having a good time, you just I'm pumping oxygen in here. I got no clocks. I'm sorry I took so much of your time, you guys.
We had a good time. I had a good time.
Damn, this was fun. Always, both of you guys are always welcome whenever you want.
Thank you. Appreciate
Anytime you want. Anytime you want.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
when
hit
we
me
get,
up.
when
Just
we
like
get
I mean,
this
that's
album
what.
done.
That's how this. Like I said, I book my show out in months in advance. But he just hit me up recently. He's like, "Hey, let's do this," and I was like, "Bet, let's fucking do it." Here you guys are. Like, I'm cool. Like, whenever you guys want,
dude,
hit me up. I don't care.
And we're gonna take advantage of that.
Please do. Please do. People,
yeah, man.
You're a highly listened to.
I've told you before, dude. People like me need people like you. You know what I mean? Like you want to be humble and be like, hey, thanks for coming on my show.
Man,
and I'm like, dude,
insane.
thank you for giving.
Thanks for having that platform for us to come on.
Dude.
Yeah, I'm using you
because I've not had that before, and that doesn't work very well. You know, if there's not a conduit for what you're doing, then it's just no one's gonna come mine for it. This is it, and then like you're gonna get hoisted up a flagpole. I don't know if that's a great analogy, but like you know what I mean. Like you gotta work for it. You gotta get it out there, and you gotta have people who are willing to share it.
You're my man. I mean, I met you in a back alley, and ever since then it's been love since first sight in a back alley.
Yeah, it's spray painting. It was a beautiful day. Doing other things, chilling.
Good thing you cleared that up.
I had to do that in the first episode.
Yeah.
He was painting the very.
I was with a female.
Me and Mythic were painting a couple pieces in Art Alley, and this dude strolled down the alley with a lady, and she was like,
piece. Her nickname is Instagram Booty.
Okay.
All right.
There that is.
Instagram Booty.
Instagram Booty.
Didn't she comment to you that hey, you should see if they want to be on your podcast?
No, that was my idea.
Okay.
I was like, dude, I should have a graffiti artist on my podcast. That was dope. We can talk about running from the train.
We did talk about
train
that a little
bulldog
bit.
shit.
I think we talked about that a little.
Because I had no idea. I didn't know he was a rapper. I just thought he was a painter, and I wanted to get into.
And I was the first rapper you had on your show, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to get balls deep in that world, and I was secretly hoping he would say, "Hey, let's go to the train yards and spray paint and run from."
I'm an old man, dude. I'm not.
I am too. I want to run from people.
He was ready. He was down.
I'm ready right now. I will go to the train yards right now. I'll spray Neanderthal on a train yard and run from a cop. I'm down.
What if the cop is like you just caught a super duper in shape cop?
No, I'm in shape. I just ran a 10K on Sunday.
Okay, I mean that's endurance, but they don't say nothing about speed.
Yeah,
I'm faster than you.
That don't say nothing about the cops.
I'm faster than
saying
I'm
you
faster than
me.
cops. I'm faster than cops.
Saying you faster than me don't get you anywhere.
You're 6'7". I'm 5'10", and I'm faster than you. You got those long legs. 2 steps equal 3 of mine.
But I'm not fast, so saying you faster than me gets you nowhere.
I just say because you're so big, you've got to be faster than me. Look how big you are. Big people are fast.
Can't make
I
generalizations.
would say as long as
they are. I'm faster than my daughter.
I would say as long as you were able to outrun a cop's bullet, you'll be just fine.
Yeah. Well.
True that.
You zigzag like you're running from an alligator.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
Run zigzag. You'll never get shot by a bullet. I promise. And that's how we end Neanderthal Podcast. Everybody, thank you for being here. Rate, review, subscribe. Lou Rip, LucidFlows.
Check out Tick Tick Boom videos on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. I'm at LucidFlows.
At Lewis Rip. And at Mokes on Instagram.
MOKS.
MOKS.
Isn't it Eat MCs?
Yep, that's what I meant. I forgot the name already.
Our Instagram
I had
name,
fun.
which Lou invented, and now I can't remember, but it's 3ATMCS.
Yes.
So the first single we're gonna drop is gonna be called Eat, but it's a 3AT because we say 3.
Before we go,
twice.
can I? Would it be possible to get into a video in the future? At least be put on a wait list.
Sure. Actually, the next video we're talking about,
I think the next
shooting,
you would be perfect for
is
that.
like one where we're gonna try and get a crowd. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll be an extra. I'll be in the back.
Yeah, man.
With sunglasses and a hoodie. If you don't want me that much into it, I just want to be there.
No, we'll give you a part.
You're hired, sir.
Yeah,
you're hired.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to be able to rap our shit.
I can rap anything.
That's the.
Are you kidding me? He laughs. Lou just laughed at me. Can you believe that? Why? How dare you? How dare you judge me?
I'm not laughing at you.
Give me a lyric. Give me something. METHOD, man.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you get off my
Mike's and Men.
Because you don't know me.
Great
You don't know my
documentary.
style.
Dude, what a good documentary. If you haven't watched of Mike's and Men,
shit's
check it out. Yeah.
I watched the first one like 5 times. I couldn't start watching.
Dude, it's like.
You guys, it's getting late. You got kids. We'll keep going.
Nah,
Nah,
I'm trying to look. We bring up mice and men. We're gonna keep going. I'm being
Nah,
the
we'll-
adult
we'll-
in this
we'll end it
situation,
there.
trying to stop this for you guys.
that's
Because
my,
I will keep. I live here. I'll keep going.
That's my end of episode PSA.
Lou Rip, I like your your headphones necklace.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Robin, thank you for being here. Lucid
Yep.
Flows, Lou Rip.
Yeah. Thank you for having us.
Everybody, peace out.
If you made it this far, thank you.
Yes.
Deuces.
We're
Hit
out.
that stop streaming.